is a treasure. He's an American treasure. We got to hold him close. If you want to have a good time, type in Charles Barkley, Big Ol' Women, San Antonio. There is just 8 minutes of Charles Barkley talking about them big old women that live down there in San Antonio, and it's just hilarious.
He goes on and on,
and he's
about
saying just terrible things about the homeless population in San Francisco, but he's just massive and lovable, and it's the funniest thing in the world when he does it.
Remember when he was going to run for governor of Alabama or something, wasn't he? He went to Auburn, so...
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in here. By the way, here...
Nicest man on the face of the earth.
Here we go. Another dog for you. This is from... this is, again, early Bee Gees.
Okay.
If I can get it to work here. Come on, buddy. Here we go. Why is this not playing?
Go.
The preacher talked to me and he smiled.
Isn't this awful?
Yeah.
Said, come and
Sad. It's got that tremolo.
Oh, that's, I've got to get a message to you, right?
with me. Come and walk one more
Why
mile.
do I know that?
Now for once in your life, you're alone.
I won't, Willie.
But you ain't got a
Here
dime.
it comes.
There's no time for the
Yeah!
I just gotta get a message to you.
Oh, and then that bad flute in the background.
What is that, like a Mellotron?
I don't know. Get that disco beat, fellas. Let's get back to, that second phase was much better. Thank you.
Where's You Should Be Dancing? That's a great song.
Oh, yeah, the later stuff, that disco stuff.
You know, John Travolta used that to warm up when he was filming Saturday Night Fever. He would put on You Should Be Dancing. And legend has it, that's how the Bee Gees got hired to do the soundtrack. Because Stigwood came in. Bobby Stigwood. We're like this.
Sure.
Oh, yeah?
And
Falsetto.
Godwin hit it. He just hit it just now.
My woman keep me warm.
and there's a part in here where I think this is the lyrics. No one still knows what they're saying.
Yeah, what is he saying?
What you doing on?
Doing in a minute.
No, what you doing on your butt?
No.
Should be done.
Doing in your butt.
He says it again, I think.
So I've always thought they were saying, "What you doing on your butt? You get up and be dancing, right?"
Come on.
No,
I don't know.
Finish it up.
Amazing.
you don't think it's what you
I
don't
don't
in
think
your
it's
butt?
butt. I don't know what he's saying, though.
It might be.
Doing
Bud.
in a minute.
It's in the butt. Barry, it's in the butt.
And I will tell you this, Tim Wilson, the amazing comedian, he left us too soon. Rest in peace. He told me on many occasions that Fanny, Be Tender With My Love, was his favorite song of all time. And he was absolutely serious by the Bee Gees.
Yeah. Now, this is what you're doing on your bed, on your back.
Well, geez, Tom was close.
What you doing on your bed and back?
What you doing on your bed?
What you doing on your bed?
What you doing on your bed and back, right? Yeah, bed and back. That
And beyond.
That paints a picture.
Bed Back and Beyond.
What you doing at Bed Bath and Beyond?
What are you doing, Bed Bath and Beyond?
You know why? They have great values. They always
have great values.
They send you those coupons.
Not anymore.
Great value.
You know, they have stopped sending the coupons.
Because they shut the store down.
Of all the emails I get, what?
Yeah, they
There's not the
two right here.
There's
And
another one that's open.
This is how I hear about it.
Yeah, the one over there is gone.
Well, what's there now?
The tennis court.
Oh, that's
Crap.
You know what? If you were listening to the Bee Gees lyrics on this show, if you had in your Raycon earbuds, you'd be able to pick out them saying, "Get off." What is it? Get off your back.
What are you doing on your bed and back? What are you doing on your bed and back? You could have heard those in your fabulous new Raycon everyday earbuds that feel and sound better than ever. 3 sound profiles to match whatever you're listening to, including, I think, one that says extra funny. Plus, with noise isolation and awareness modes, you can choose to be immersed in sound or tune into your surroundings when you need to. And while you travel or during a grueling workout, the optimized gel tips with your Raycons are perfect in any ear ever made. These earbuds are comfortable enough for all-day wear, and they will not budge. If you'd like to see for yourself what the hype is all about, why we all have Raycon earbuds, go to buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom and get 15% off your Raycon order. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off your Raycons. One more time, buyraycon.com/Tom.
Now, there's apparently some controversy about the lyrics to that song. I found the version.
What you doing on your bed and back?
Yeah, this one says just what you doing in your back twice. I think they're saying butt, frankly. That would make sense. What you doing in your butt? If
Get up and dance.
Get up and dance. Wouldn't it? What you doing in your bed? What? Hey, I brought my bed to the disco. That makes no sense.
Well, no, he's
they're at
saying
home.
they're at home. Why don't you come out to the club?
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
I think they just didn't want to.
Really?
It's in the butt. That's what it is.
In the butt in the bathroom
We'll
doing
come back.
cocaine,
We'll
right?
come back with butt talk when we return. Also coming up today, Western Nudist, the story. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
And I'm not stupid. I know there's more to life than just sex. It's just none of those other things feel as good as sex. I mean, I love cookies.
Oh, yeah.
But if I do not have access to cookies, I will not rent a movie and watch two other people eat cookies.
Perfect stranger. Eating cookies. No.
Nothing.
No.
How do you not think about sex? Everything on TV, sex, you know, all the commercials, very beautiful women in all the commercials now. Doesn't even matter what the product is. It's just very sexual. And then you finally have sex, and it's kind of disappointing. Where's my Sprite, my new car? That's why I think women should have shelves next to their bed filled with prizes, depending on how well you did. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
Like they do at the carnival.
Sure.
They have something to shoot for, you know.
Are you going to take anything on that?
Right. I'm going to go for the Van Halen mirror tonight.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I worked the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Hey, got a great live comedy show coming up, and I'm talking to you in Jonesboro, Arkansas, this Saturday night at the Embassy Suites. Not just Willie Griswold, not just Jeff Oskey, but Donnie Baker as well. Are you kidding me? What a great show. Jonesboro, Arkansas, this Saturday night at the Embassy Suites. If you're in driving distance, let's do it. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. Jeff Oskey, Willie Griswold, and Donnie Baker all on stage together. I saw Willie and Jeff Oskey on stage at our show Friday night. Not to be missed. They were a lot of fun, very funny, and you guys are going to be in for a treat there in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Again, coming up this Saturday night at the Embassy Suites. DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Federal officials say most of Yellowstone's national park should reopen within the next 2 weeks, much faster than originally expected after record floods pounded the Yellowstone region last week and knocked out major roads. Yellowstone superintendent said the park will be able to accommodate fewer visitors for the time being, and it will take many months to reconnect the world's renowned park roads with some southern Montana communities. Meanwhile, some of those hardest hit in the disaster, far outside the famous park's limelight, are leaning heavily on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Asian markets mostly lower and cautious trading on this Monday, while the price of Bitcoin remained near $20,000. Shares fell in most Asian markets, but rose in Hong Kong and India as worries over inflation and risks of a global recession from central bank efforts to bring it under control appeared to outweigh Wall Street's mostly positive close on Friday. U.S. futures higher. Oil prices also gained. China kept its 1-year and 5-year loan prime rates unchanged as it struggles to spur a recovery while keeping coronavirus outbreaks under control. U.S. markets are closed today for the Juneteenth holiday. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to testify before Congress later today. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
Been so hot, man.
How hot's it been?
Well, my dream house now is an igloo.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
And Chick, just for you, it's been hot.
How hot's it been?
I saw 2 fire hydrants fighting over a dog.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Okay, come on. That was fun.
No, it's not.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
We didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
How many times have you been auditioning for like a civic theater production or a Broadway musical or a church show or a school show or something like that, and you had a great audition, you sang a song, maybe you told a joke or two, and then the director comes up to you and says,
Great audition, kid, and your resume looks good, but do you know any pig Latin?
You'll never be caught in this position again if you enroll now in Hachi's Academy of Theatrical Arts and Pig Latin. At the Hachi Academy of Theatrical Arts and Pig Latin, you'll learn to act your way through some of the world's greatest theatrical masterpieces, and you'll do them entirely in Pig Latin. Things like Death of a Salesman. Old reruns of Hogan's Heroes.
Ink clay. Oh, yay, idiot, yay. Oh, yay, ice ray. NRJ or Coulter Bay.
And, of course, the classics of Shakespeare.
Ute eBay. Oye, atne, ute eBay. At they, is ye, aye, eschenque. Other way, aye,
There's still some financial scholarships available for women aged 18 to 25. Let me teach you to act in Pig Latin. For more information, write to Hachi or phone 1-800-UKSHME. Do it now.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
This summer.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jess Galsman in for Christy Lee.
Hello.
There's Pat Godman in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
Pat Godman?
Did I say Godman?
Yeah.
Whatever. There's Jeff Oskave in for Josh Arnold.
Yes, sir.
Josh says he's testing positive. There's no way to check that. We're on the honor system here at the Bob and Tom Show. I don't think anybody would manipulate the system, be able to stay home an extra couple days. There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey.
I'm Chick, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much, Chick McGee.
You're welcome.
We're going to check in with Chick McGee at the sports page right now. Have we missed anything in sports?
Strip chat. You know what that is, Tom? Strip chat? Willie, tell him what strip chat is.
Is that one of the things online where somebody strips and then you got to type in like, hey, baby, what's going on with your sweet, sweet squeezes? That kind of thing?
An adult camera site, your sweet, sweet thing, yes, is called Strip Chat, offering pro golfers a VIP membership to stay with the PGA rather than leave for the new Live Golf Series.
Oh, that's paying millions?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you get a free VIP membership with Strip Chat if you stay with the PGA Tour. Strip Chat made the offer to keep golfers from switching sides to the league backed by Saudi money in an attempt to keep them from defecting. Strip Chat, it says here, is the largest adult camming, as they say, site.
Yeah, $14.99 a month.
That's gonna keep a guy from accepting.
I'm gonna buy you a cheeseburger each month to make you stay with the PGA. Like,
This is more about. And wouldn't strip chat add strokes to your game?
Yeah.
If you're watching, once again, they paid Phil Mickelson $200 million.
$200 million, and Dustin Johnson $150 million. Wow. And Charles Barkley said, they give me $150 million, I'd kill a relative, one I'd like.
And they don't have a television contract in America. This particular golf.
No, that's causing quite the controversy. Yes, they don't know what they're going to do about that.
But so they're making all their money just from oil money.
Yeah, they can only do this probably 1,000 more times to try to get it, try to get her off the ground.
Now explain the cartoon you were just telling me about.
No, I'm not going to say it. No.
Okay.
Willie, have you ever used the chat, the strip chat?
No, never.
I clicked on the wrong one the other day and found myself looking at some dude's front nine. It was never mind.
It's a golf joke.
His front nine.
Is strip chat? Is this? Is it a? So there's a live person on the other end of this thing.
Yeah,
and then
super live.
So it's like doing a FaceTime call, but it's not your face.
That's right.
It's just one way though, right? They can't see you.
Correct. Well, now they have it where you can control their the devices they're using from your computer. You can adjust their toys and stuff and make them do different things from your house.
Really?
And there's now things you can plug into your computer to hook onto yourself, and they can control what they do to you.
Jeez.
This is an awful lot of work. Maybe you just go get a date.
Do you know how hard it is to find a real lady, Tom? Like, they have standards,
feelings, ideas, all kinds of stuff.
They want to talk.
Wait a minute,
horrible.
That's the way it is now. You can do all this now.
Yeah.
That technology exists, Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we've talked
That's
about
what Josh is doing right now. You know it is.
We've talked about these dolls that are $10,000, and we just had a story a couple weeks ago that they've developed a new kind of skin for robots that's actually partially made of human skin.
Right.
And reacts, and it cuts and heals.
Yeah, it's really.
They have special Band-Aids you put on it that heals the skin. Yeah.
And I do wonder who the first celebrity will be to give the rights to their. It'll probably be one of the Kardashians. You'll be able to buy a doll that looks just like them, and they'll be getting a fee for each one.
Oh yeah.
Aren't there already porn stars that do that?
I don't know. Maybe there are, but
I think there was a porn star in here one day that she said when she came in, she said, "I apologize for being so tired. I was up all weekend." They were making a mold of her
mommy parts
downstairs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And she was.
Hope they got it out in time.
Well, she said actually that's the tricky part. Don't leave it in too long, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who would be that specific for?
Well, there.
Okay.
What have we learned?
Specificity.
Specificity, Daddy.
I just want to say whoever controls the Marilyn Monroe estate, they're going to get approached.
Oh yeah.
And it'll be like the Charles Barkley thing. Once the price gets high enough, well, she's been dead a long time. We'll take the $100 million.
Man, that's something.
Yeah. In sports also, what's happening?
Hey, guess what? Stupid world record. An electronics recycling company in Indiana has broken the Guinness World Record for most laptops toppled in a domino fashion.
This is super cool.
I don't know how they got the laptops to stand up on their end. They must be very, very square. But I don't think my...
Well, you ever seen a round laptop?
Anyway. No, I mean, the edges are kind of beveled and smooth, smart ass, and it's probably hard to get them stand up on their end. How do they do it?
They'd have to probably open the lid a little,
yeah,
right?
But then if you open it, then how do they fall?
Yeah, then they wouldn't fall easily.
You got to push really hard.
Huh. Why were they pushing over their laptops and not using them to, like, work on?
A company called Technology Recyclers in Indianapolis. And why don't they have round laptops? That seems like a natural. The kids would love that. A round case, a square screen.
Remember the era when you could get a Mac that was a big globe?
Oh, sure.
And,
they're all different colors. That was the way of the world there for a little bit. Technology Recyclers in Indianapolis took a total of 2,910 discarded laptops and lined them up in a long, curvy line on the floor of their headquarters before knocking the devices over like dominoes. The successful attempt beats the previous record of 752, I guess, new record 2910. The company tackled the record to highlight the problem of e-waste or electrical waste and to promote certified ethical recycling.
How many computers? I'm sorry.
2,910. I said it twice.
Put a black light on those babies.
Yeah, how much DNA is in between those keys?
Boy, think of the hours of porn that contained in all those things. 2,900 PCs. That's the equivalent price-wise of what, 8 Mac Pros?
Yeah.
The MacBook Pro. Here's a picture of them. They're standing up. I don't know how they did it. They're on their edge. I guess, it looks like they're just slightly...
Tippy?
Slightly open, just a teeny little bit.
See, my question is, while they're stacking them, how do they all stay upright like that? It looks like they would tip over.
Again, they take the laptop, and then they open it just a hair. It looks like from this photograph. I can't tell. We can maybe make a phone call and find out. But it's I love these domino things. They're so much fun. When we come back, do we have a tribute to this?
Yeah.
I'm getting the signal over there. Okay, well, good. We'll have a tribute to...
More sports coming up.
All right, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
So, Nick, let's start with the basics. Are you a married guy?
No, I just got divorced.
Sorry to hear about that.
It's okay. Lots of people get divorced. Einstein got divorced.
He did?
Yeah, did you know that? Albert Einstein, arguably the most intelligent man who ever lived, got divorced. They should tell you that before you get married. It shouldn't be, do you love her? Do you want to spend the rest of your life with her? It should be, do you think you're smarter than Einstein?
Oh, so you're dating then?
I guess. You know what I don't want to do? I don't want to say I love you anymore. I hate that first I love you. That's the worst. First time you ever tell a woman you love her. If they like you, they want to hear it. And when they hear it that first time, something comes over them. You know, their eyes get all wide. And get that diabolical grin on their face. You can almost feel them saying, excellent.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, do you need a gift to say, oops, sorry, I forgot you on Father's Day, Dad? Well, did you know a dad who's a big Bob and Tom fan like your dad? How about giving him total access to the entire Bob and Tom Show library? You heard me. I did not stutter. Get him a Makeup for Missing Father's Day gift he'll open every day. It's a Bob and Tom VIP membership. See what we did there? We're helping you out. See the link at the top of our website. Just go to bobandtom.com. It's that simple. BOBANDTOM, bobandtom.com. The Bob and Tom VIP membership. We can still make you your dad's favorite kid. Again, make up for your missing Father's Day gift. bobandtom.com. Look at the link for the VIP membership. It's not too late. You can still redeem yourself. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Monday. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. A magnitude 6.0 earthquake shook Taiwan Monday morning. No immediate reports of damage or injuries. Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau said the quake struck at 9:05 a.m., a shallow depth in the central east coast of the island. It was felt across most of the island of 24 million people, including to the north in Taipei, the capital. The quake felt across the Taiwan Strait in mainland China's Fujian province, China state broadcaster reported. Colombia will be governed by a leftist president for the first time after former rebel Gustavo Petro narrowly defeated a real estate millionaire in a runoff election that underscored people's disgust with the country's traditional politicians. Petro's third attempt to win the presidency earned him 50% of the vote Sunday, according to results released by election authorities. The election came as Colombians struggle with rising inequality, inflation, and violence. Federal officials say most of Yellowstone National Park should reopen within the next 2 weeks, much faster than originally expected after record floods pounded the Yellowstone region. Meanwhile, some of those hardest hit in the disaster far outside the famous park's limelight are leaning on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Fitzpatrick, a champion again at the country club, and this time he has one of the grandest trophies in golf. Fitzpatrick delivered on all the clutch shots in the back nine at Brookline in a terrific battle with Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler ahead of him. He seized control with a two-shot swing on the 15th and closed it out with a shot onto the green from the fairway bunker. Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Amateur in Brookline in 2013. He joins Jack Nicklaus as the only men to win a U.S. Amateur and U.S. Open on the same course. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
I can hear you, oh no. You're talking out your ass again.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Frigamall Broadcasting presents another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Beautiful Katharina Witt of East Germany became a household name in women's figure skating after her gold medal performance at the 1984 Winter Games in Sarajevo. 4 years later, at the Calgary Games, she successfully defended her title. Then, 10 years after that, in 1998, she posed naked in Playboy magazine, a move which critics said severely tarnished her image and marketability. Men throughout the world were outraged. If Katerina were going to pose nude, why had she not done it in 1988 when we were all fascinated by what she must look like without clothing?
Yeah.
To wait 10 years after her physical prime, when we had all clearly moved on to Nancy Kerrigan, was a slap in the face to male fans everywhere and goes against the very spirit of the Olympic Games.
Yes.
Hello, Michelle Kwan, are you listening?
This has been another Bob and Tom Olympic moment in history.
Hey, don't say we didn't warn you.
I'm warning you, don't do that.
There's laughter ahead.
I should be having a better time if this is a party.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee is on assignment. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hi, chick.
In the performance room, ready and set to go have a new song for us. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
He's in for Josh Arnold, who's still missing at sea. There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
I think Josh, it's this cat's fault because he got the cat and then all the trouble started.
Cat scratch fever, it's a real thing.
Josh was here 6 years, no issues, and now...
Not 6 years, not yet. We'll be celebrating the 6th anniversary coming up soon.
Well, I hope nothing bad happens between now and then.
A massive celebration.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's
Can
Tom.
we still have cake?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We can still have cake. Alive or dead, we'll have cake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
If he's dead, we'll have his picture on it.
Yeah,
That's
have it airbrushed.
That's the tradition.
Stop it.
Sorry. Now, we had a really cool story out of Indianapolis about a group of a company that recycles computers.
Yeah, they do.
And because obviously they're full of all kinds of stuff, probably including a lot of DNA. 2,910 laptops. This must have taken hours upon hours. They've set them up like dominoes, which is, and while you're doing that, you've got to make sure that you have some breaks
Right.
Because if one of them goes... the video of this thing is hilarious. It's so cool.
You know me, like Christy and Friends. She has friends that do everything. I have a documentary was made about dominoes and all these records, and I watched the documentary, and they've got a couple guys just positioned at different spaces around whatever pattern they're making to stop the dominoes from falling too far. That's the problem. If you have and the domino falls, you can't just let it go because you have to start entirely over.
Right. But it shows this gigantic warehouse and all these laptops as dominoes, and it's kind of a beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. We'll have to put a link up. Some guys made a really cool domino sort of sculpture with the Bob and Tom logo. Remember this?
Oh, yeah.
It's really cool. I'll get that posted on various Bob and Tom social media. In the meantime, Pat.
Dominoes.
You have a tribute to...
Dominoes.
Well, Van Morrison. Ow, come on. We're the ones who take your crusty old laptops. Yeah, now we're going to have a little fun. Highlight a Guinness Book World Record. Yeah, looking out, we're number one. Yeah. Oh, like dominoes. Laptops falling to and fro, there you go. HPs and MacBook Pros. Come on now. Oh, like dominoes. Come on. Boom. Do-do-do-do. All right.
Again, I agree with Jeff Oska. You take a black light into that factory and shine it on those computers, it's going to light up like Chernobyl and jizz.
People aren't that messy. People have Kleenexes, and they know how to clean themselves up.
I think the last thing they want to do is to hit the keyboard. There might be some microscopic.
I'm just saying, over the years, I bet a lot of those things are... I assume you wear rubber gloves.
Willie, you ever do this? You ever been on the road with your laptop and you're out of weed, so you take your laptop and you turn upside down, you bang it and see what falls out and roll that up and smoke it?
Have you done that?
No.
Those laptops were used for trolling hoes. Come on now. Trolling hoes.
What do you call it when you look at your social there, Pat?
Checking the traps every morning.
Okay. See if there's any ladies out there. Is that sports?
No, one more world
Stupid world record.
An Australian man has broken the Guinness World Record for the most push-ups in 1 hour.
Wow.
1 hour.
I think that we did this I heard it last time. It was like over 2,000. Was that in a day last time? 2,000 in a day?
1 hour.
Okay. What is
most push-ups in 1 hour? Daniel Scully of Adelaide earned the title after performing a total of, in 1 hour, 3,182 push-ups.
Wow.
Beating the previous record of 3,054. He previously achieved another record for the longest time in a plank position with a time of 9 hours, 30 minutes, and 1 second. This guy's got like a 12-pack.
Hey, dude, we get it. You work out. Wow.
Yeah. Does he have short little arms?
He must have.
I mean, he must have T-Rex arms, because then you're just pumping them out.
I don't think I can count to 3,182 in an hour, let alone do a push-up with each one.
Yeah, well. And I wish Josh were here, because we could say something about, no, Josh, they're not those popsicle push-ups full of sherbet.
Man's ill.
What he says.
I want to see a picture. I'm looking up. Oh, dear. This guy's got some arms.
Oh, yeah, upper body.
Wow. Looks very, very strong. Well, congratulations, sir.
I'm as weak as a kitten. We all know it.
You win. Is that sports?
And that's sports,
okay,
Tom.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, we have the classic sports outro.
Yeah, people...
Rocky, this is what you farted for.
Hey! Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Jessica?
What do you got over there?
A New Hampshire distillery has unveiled a new whiskey with an unusual ingredient, invasive green crabs.
Gross.
Tamworth Distilling said it teamed up with the University of New Hampshire's Green Crab Project to develop a whiskey called House of Tamworth Crab Trapper. It is billed as being made with a bourbon base, steeped with a custom crab, corn, and spice blend mixture.
Interesting. Usually you drink too much whiskey and you end up getting the crabs from some skank.
Do people still have crabs?
I think so.
You're the closest guy who had the crabs. Yeah.
Interestingly enough, this is the honest to God truth. I was reading an article. In fact, we came up with the song "Nobody Has Pubes Anymore" because of, remember this, Pat? We had an article, a story on the air. Christy had it about at the time anyway the incidence of, what do they call them, body lice? I guess that's the technical term or something. The crabs. Numbers had gone down because there was so much less pubic hair in certain circles.
Right.
Nothing to hold on to.
Yeah, they gotta
kept sliding down their legs.
and I believe the ones that are in your head are different than the ones that would be in other body hair.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I think those are.
I did not know that.
I believe head lice and body lice different. Now the authority.
How do they know? How do they know the difference?
I don't know. How do dogs know to have sex with dogs and not elephants? I don't know. They're just
that's
critters.
a good point. That's a good point.
It's a long climb.
Now, I don't mean to, I'm not trying to throw Willie.
Shut down my premise there. That's fine.
I'm not trying to throw Willie under the bus here.
What a great point.
Okay, comedy that was going to come out of that. Just dogs and elephants.
And now, welcome to Wacko Debates with Tom Griswold.
Well, no, because I was just going to say something, not to throw Willie under the bus, and we'll get back to your comedic premise in a moment. You have experienced head lice.
I got head lice so bad, my mom picked 80 little bugs out of my hair when I came back from camp one summer. 80 little bugs. And they like it clean, by the way. They like clean hair. That's why there were so many in there. I had 80 bugs, and then after 80, she goes, that's it. We're shaving your head. But she did let me go to the state fair with a mohawk that night, and it's just chubby little Will. I got a black shirt that says security on it.
Please tell me.
I got this badass mohawk, man.
There's got to be pictures of that.
Oh, there's pictures for sure.
Oh.
I can definitely find it. But yeah, I had lice constantly growing up. I was a dirty little kid.
In the summer, kids get them from like baseball helmets and all kinds of stuff.
I had it twice. Kindergarten, I think, because I shared a seat with someone who maybe was a little less privileged, and I let her wear my coat. And then I didn't know.
It happens everywhere. It happens all over.
Shared hairbrushes. It's pretty gross.
But why don't Pat? This is an opportunity for you to do a little bit of tribute to the reason that
hot dog
the pubes are not there anymore for everybody to catch the crabs.
Well, it's nice to meet everybody this morning.
Oh, wait a minute. Who is that? I didn't know.
Famous blues bands.
Leon Mudbone here. Yeah.
Oh, hey, Leon.
I'm an older gentleman. Yeah, I like to sing about the times gone by. You know, way back when I was 22, everybody had hair down their arm. All the girls in Playboy magazine all had pubic hair. I like to take a lady to lunch if there's a little carpet to munch, but nobody has pubes anymore. I went down to my local gym and all the guys there all hair free. I'm feeling self-conscious because downstairs I'm Duck Dynasty. Shaved my junk, had a heart attack. Looks like a baby carrot playing hacky sack, but nobody has pubes anymore. Nobody has pubes. Oh, everybody's hoo-ha's baby but smooth. Nobody has pubes anymore. Oh, pubic hair. Oh, how I loved you. Why did you have to go? Take it back to Winchester Cathedral. Ready? Did you see a pet or a fro like Jimmy Walker? Oh, yeah. I miss the 70s security and a crotch like Chewbacca. Had a day with a gorgeous girl. Well, I was twice her age. I was hoping when we made love she had hair down there like Betty Page, Satchel Page, or Jimmy Page. Now everybody's coochie's bare, and I like a little Art Garfunkel down there. Nobody has pubes anymore. Everybody's waxed and shaved, and I like a big bush at the top of the cave. Nobody has pubes anymore. Ladies, let your garden grow.
Oh, thank you very much, Pat.
Good day to everybody.
I love the reference. I think, by the way, I was trying to figure out how Pat was able to do the Winchester Cathedral thing with and still strum the chords. Then I looked in there and I saw Dean was in there holding the fake megaphone.
Yeah, I thought it was a pedal or something.
I don't need to do that. Remember this?
Again with this.
Here we go.
Please stop. This is the karaoke
extended version.
This is the karaoke version of Winchester.
Is that your go-to song at karaoke?
How did that happen? I don't want that one. I want the one with the real guy. Okay, right now I want to tell you about sleeping. Because if anyone knows about sleeping, it's people like us that have to get up early.
I did not want to wake up this morning.
That's the beauty of the sleep number bet. What's your sleep number setting?
100. I like that firm mattress. Okay. And it stays firm, Tom, with the sleep number bed.
No, I'm a couple notches lower than that. I like it a little less firm. Christy Lee likes a 45 for her sleep number setting. That is a gooey mattress. That's like a giant marshmallow. It's your choice. The sleep number bed could be called the Freedom Bed because you choose how you want it. And right now, the most famous of the sleep number beds, the 360 Smart Bed, well, they're not only is the technology getting better, but guess what? They're on sale. And you'll get almost 30 minutes more of restful sleep per night, according to a new study. So find out for yourself. Choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number. Every great day starts the night before. I love that idea. And now, like I said, save 50% on select Sleep Number 360 smart beds. And they've got a special financing thing going right now. I'll give you some details in a second, but I'll tell you what. Just go to sleepnumber.com/BT show. They'll give you the details. This is subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments are required. Get it at sleepnumber.com for all those details. Sleepnumber.com for all the details. Get some more sleep. And by the way, that I mentioned, either side of the bed has its own setting, so it can be real firm on this side, less firm over here. Everybody's happy. The Sleep Number bed, sleepnumber.com/BT show. When we come back, we have aardvarks in the news. We got a bunch of interesting animal stuff. You ever seen an aardvark?
I don't think so.
They look like a shaved anteater, kind of.
Yeah.
They're very weird looking, and they're not born in captivity all that often. We've got aardvarks, we've got kitty cats.
Aardfarts. Did you say aardfarts?
Did I say aardfarts? I'm sorry. And more when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
And a good morning to you. I'm Mark Allison. On the way, fun and frivolity prevails on the Bob and Tom Show. Reno Collier on a Monday. RenoCollier.com. Make that RenoCollierComedy.com for information on Reno. I'll get it straight. I can read. He'll be here for Today in History. Today, of course, June 20th. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Josh Arnold, who is recovering from COVID. We hope he's back soon and feeling better. And Christy Lee on assignment. We've got the Jess Hooker in. Or is it Jessica Alsman? I can never quite remember. But at any rate, we are persevering and making it through a Monday morning together right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Let me go find out which Jess is here.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Englishman Matt Fitzpatrick has won the U.S. Open, winning his first major on the same course where he took the U.S. amateur title 9 years earlier. Fitzpatrick shot 268 at the Country Club in Brookline, Mass. to finish the tournament at 6 under, 274, and defeat Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler by just one stroke. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action. Boston beat St. Louis, Arizona over Minnesota, and the Guardians beat the Dodgers. In the American League, Baltimore, Detroit, Toronto, Oakland, the Angels, and Houston all win. And in the National League, your winners, Washington, Pittsburgh, Miami, Milwaukee, Atlanta, and Colorado. And a full slate WNBA games yesterday. Seattle, Washington, Indiana, Dallas, and Vegas get the wins. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach now. I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was. He was a high school wrestling coach, so I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. And like, look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg.
Bob
and Tom.
If you irradiate poop, it will be sterile, but it's still poop.
You can pick your morning radio show, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
The next time you're traveling, don't forget about the historical and beautiful state of Illinois. Catch a Cubs game at Wrigley Field in Chicago. Hit a riverboat casino in Peoria. And make sure you visit the charming community of Effingham, Illinois, where Interstate 70 meets the Little Wabash River.
And whenever you're in Effingham, visit the Effing House Family Restaurant.
Founded in 1854 by the corpulent railroad magnate Colonel Harry S. Effing, the Effing House Family Restaurant is one of America's oldest and finest dining establishments.
Start your day with the delicious effing country breakfast featuring an effing omelet with toast, grits, and a big effing beverage of your choice.
Or try our BED, the Big Effing Deal. Once again this week, it's effing ham and eggs.
For lunch, try the huge effing burger, and fried in a rich butter sauce mixed with big effing egg yolks. We call it the effing heart attack.
It's an effing experience you'll never forget. And what about dinner?
Juicy effing steaks with fresh effing veggies and a creme brulee that's effing out of this effing world. Or go effing nuts with a hot fudge sundae.
How would you rate the Effing House Family Restaurant?
It was the best effing experience of my life.
Rate this place? Well, I wouldn't give it a B. I wouldn't even give it a C because it's effing A.
In Effingham, Illinois, it's the Effing House Family Restaurant. You'll have an effing good time.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. The Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
I can never figure this out. They're telling me it's a crime for me to forget to fasten my own seatbelt. And yet every other block, we got a fast food drive-through restaurant with some idiot pulling out with a 16-ounce Coke squeezed in between his legs, a Big Mac sandwich in his fingertips, steering with his wrist, an order of fries wedged between this leg and the console, eating, drinking, slurping, steering with the other knee, and that's perfectly okay if this guy buckles up. And until you see a man pour a piping hot cup of coffee in his crotch at 40 miles an hour, you have no idea the maneuverability of an automobile.
Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey, I heard you guys talking about that man with 13 inches of pork.
Yeah, 13 and a half.
Crazy. You guys know Jamie Vickers? You know, drummer for Velvet Donger?
No.
He was uncut, too, and he could hide just about anything.
Really? Did that affect the taste, Donnie? Hey, this is Frank Caliendo, and you're listening to...
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on assignment. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Pat Godwin is here.
Hi, Chick.
Had a couple songs already.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's working hard on a Monday.
Got another one for you in a minute.
Got another one coming up. What? Wow. There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
In for Josh Arnold, who's still sick.
Get well, Josh.
There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
There's Willie Griswold.
Morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and if you know one thing about Tom, you know that...
God, I love stilts.
That's right.
I love stilts.
Stilts, and here's Tom.
Especially that guy that has the world record for water skiing on stilts. That's got to be fun. Till you fall. I'll bet there were a few face plants on the way.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about this whiskey that we often get these liquors that are made out of unusual things. In this case, it was made out of actual crabs.
See, here's the thing, though, with whiskey. They've got a pretty good product. Why are they messing with it?
Just to make it
do
fancier.
it the way...
Have a little fun.
I guess.
It's made of what they call invasive green crabs from the University of New Hampshire's Green Crab Project.
Evidently, green crabs are the least desirable species in the ecosystem. They don't have any natural predators, and they just hunt and eat and destroy undersea life.
Like kudzu.
Yes, they're horrible, I guess.
But they've made this whiskey out of them, which is kind of interesting. But then it I guess, led us to a discussion about body lice.
Sure.
And head lice. The body lice, often called the crabs. And it reminded me of this classic from the Bob and Tom Show Band and Orchestra.
Well, Jerry, this time we've really done it. We went and caught the crabs.
That's right, Dino. Pubic enemy number one. Let's tell those girls how we feel.
Strangers in my shorts, I keep on scratching.
Strangers in my shorts, these eggs keep hatching.
With each and every itch, I'm reminded of you.
No wonder those girls were so easy, Dino.
We met at that motel down by the ocean.
Now I'm back at home with my Quell lotion.
Trying to forget our little rendezvous. Strangers in my shorts, they're multiplying. Strangers in my shorts, why aren't they dying?
I'm sitting here at home with my little comb. The medicine the doctor gave doesn't work, I'll have to shave.
Every time I look, they make me shudder.
These aren't the kind of crabs you eat with butter.
Oh, life is so unkind with strangers in my shorts.
Here, Jerry, put on some more of this Quell lotion. I don't know, Dino. It makes my pubes look all greasy.
That's perfectly natural, Pally. They call that a Jerry curl.
Oh, hey, Dino, knock, knock.
Who's there?
No more.
No more who?
No more Mr. Lice Guy. I'm getting tired of these things.
Come on, Jerry, it's time to sing. We've hardly scratched the surface. Strangers in my shorts, she was enticing.
Strangers in my shorts, and I'm delicing.
I'm praying that someday these damn things go away.
How could I know our romance would lead to critters in my pants?
Hey, it's not so bad.
Not like a shanker.
I think I'll call her up
so you can thank her.
I have grown attached to strangers in my shorts.
Strangers in your briefs.
Oh, Pally, I don't mean to be crabby, but I'm not taking this too well. Jerry, call the exterminator.
Yeah, you did some porking. Now you gotta call Orkin.
Yes, Dean and Jerry and the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra in their tribute to crabs and body lice. Strangers in my shorts. Haven't heard that for a while. A classic request. Thank you very much. If you want to get a hold of us, Jeff Oscar, how would one do that?
You can text us at our text number, or you can contact us. Yeah,
it's 26 something.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, I don't know.
8.
Yeah,
2661. Right?
2.
Gosh, we really
8,
you know what?
6, 6.
This is why you get the app.
Out numbers.
This is why you want to get
That's
the app.
Bob. Hold on. Tom is 8.
I believe, yes. If you get the Bob and Tom app, you just go, hey, send a request, and that's all there is.
Or go to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com via email. We'd love to hear from you.
You know, I'm just going to try to text a random number. I think this is the number.
Okay, well, that's nice. While you do that, let's give me the news teaser. How about that?
We've got Aardvarks, kitties, and KFC.
KFC news. I want to hear that in a second. In fact, could you grab that?
Hello, Tom.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's your old skipper, shark hunter, and cruise director of the Cum Dumpster, Captain Dave.
Hey, Captain Dave. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. You know, in the past years, we always tried to offer a cruise for a regular Father's Day. Found out they got no money, no time, no energy, so it was just a big damn bust.
Oh, sorry.
That's why we offered yesterday, again, our annual Deadbeat Dad Cruise on the Chum Dumpster. It was fun. We've tried to offer a cruise for regular fathers. Well, we found out they don't give a damn. But deadbeat dads, oh, they got it going on. They got no moral compass. And since they don't squander their money on child support, they've got plenty left over for whiskey, cheese sandwiches, gambling, and hookers.
Nice.
And we had all 4 of them on our annual Deadbeat Dad Cruise.
Oh, nice.
Now, once we get these drunken lowlifes out into open water, all hell breaks loose.
Really, what do they do?
Well, they gamble on anything. Poker, strip poker, dice, Russian roulette, chutes and ladders. Strip chutes and ladders, you name it. Go ahead, name one.
Chutes and ladders?
They don't do that. Okay. Most of the hookers were amputees or men. But when the dads guzzled enough cheap hooch, nobody gave a damn.
Nice.
And when you're drunk enough and you need to get the taste of tranny out of your mouth, nothing does that faster than a couple of moldy cheese sandwiches. $11. Of course, it was 20s and 50s only, no change. Yeah, we made a fortune. So, if you've scattered your seed around with reckless abandon with no thought of the consequences, and you don't have squat to do next Father's Day, don't miss our Deadbeat Dad Cruise aboard the Chum Dumpster. Sign up early now if you're not a big pussy. This has been Captain Dave. I can need more medicine. Good night.
Good night. Let's see you, Captain Dave. Well, that was really helpful. Let's move forward. Jessica Alsman sitting in for Christy Lee at the Bob and Tom News Desk. What have we missed?
A Kentucky restaurant created by KFC founder Harlan Sanders for his wife is up for sale. It's the Claudia Sanders Dinner House, a restaurant and banquet hall in Shelbyville. It went on the market this week. In addition to the restaurant, the 3-acre property features a house where Harlan and Claudia Sanders lived for more than 20 years. The sale also includes the trademark and likeness of the Claudia Sanders name, as well as memorabilia from the Sanders family.
But it's not the original KFC. That needs to be made clear.
Correct.
It's my understanding from the realtor they only get 8 of the 11 spices.
You have to guess the other 3.
Yeah,
I like that.
And that's some good chicken.
But this is not the KFC. This is like the Jim Belushi of restaurants. It's good, but it's,
Sounds very romantic.
It looks like this article's kind of confusing. Apparently, it's something like $5 million.
Okay.
For the restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's fairly steep.
You get a restaurant, 3 acres, and a house.
And the basketball team.
Oh, really?
The Harlan Globetrotters.
Dang it.
They all dress up like the Colonel.
They got the big tie.
Wouldn't that be great if the Harlan Globetrotters went up against all the guys with the boat?
Anyway,
greasy.
I could talk you into wearing a bolo tie for any reason, Tom. Anyway, like a bolo.
I'd be happy to. I think I might.
I'd be happy to. Okay.
Somewhat
All right.
ridiculous, but
I'm going to hold you to that.
But this actually reminds me, Pat, I don't know if you need a capo for this one. I'm sorry I didn't give you any warning.
Chicken song capon.
We had a news story earlier about the KFC. Do you remember this one?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the woman got mad.
This woman called 911 because she hadn't gotten enough of her, what was it, chicken nuggets?
Chicken tenders, I think.
Chicken tenders at KFC.
It was an 8-piece box. You only got 7 or something.
Actually called the police. So, her name, this happened in Euclid, Ohio, which is not too far from Cleveland. Her name is Lisa Castro. She's 62 years of age, and she called 911, quote, upset because she only got 4 pieces of chicken instead of 8, as you stated, at KFC. So, you got a tribute to this lady?
I do. Chicken tenders, ordered 8. Bitch just gave me 4. Come on, man. I am calling 911. I'll have the cops here at your door. Chicken tenders, saucy, sweet. I'm waiting in my SUV, but my chicken order's not complete. F-U, KFC. Thank you very much.
Yeah, she was waiting for the police in a Dodge SUV. By the way, the police stated to the woman, a drive-through order is not a police matter.
Oh.
So I guess she had to resolve it herself.
Well, who are you supposed to see?
I think go straight to the FBI with that. Go straight to the top.
Absolutely.
I hope she got a flat tire on the way home. She's the worst.
A federal marshal at least, I would think.
That's a TV show. Law and Order KFC. That's what it is. Okay. Please don't bother the police with your stupid stuff. Just go to the manager of the storm. She'll be happy to give you 4 more nuggets, my dear. We turn back to the news desk. Hey, I'm sorry. Before we do that, I forgot to mention this. We had a really nice fun time on Friday night. Thanks, everybody. And thanks to we had at the Irving Theater, raised a bunch of money to send some kids to summer camp. And one couple drove in from Iowa.
Wow, my goodness.
And they sent us a picture of the marquee. And they said, it was worth the drive from Iowa, writes Amy. Well, thank you very much.
Very sweet.
Thank you very much. We certainly appreciate your driving all that way. And we just certainly had a good time. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Chick. Thank you, Ace. And thank you, Willie. And let's see, who are we forgetting? Oh, Mr. Godwin.
I was there.
Mr. Godwin was our headliner. He did a great job.
That's a fun theater.
I was there.
I already said that. And
thank you, Tom.
And
you guys are funny.
We had a good time. And Josh could not be there, but his puppet was there. And a bunch of folks from our staff were there. Thank you. I certainly appreciate it, Halsey. And once again, Ace making his stand-up debut.
Yeah.
No, I did some stuff in the 90s.
Okay. And then Ace had his road manager with him.
Wait a second. What do you mean you did some stuff in the 90s?
I did.
Okay. But you have to, what do you mean you did some stuff? You did a few
I did
shows?
some stuff in the 90s.
Yeah.
Type 5.
Open mics. What do you mean you were doing stuff in the 90s?
I did a Type 5 with Mr. Dugan.
Okay. Very cool.
Do you remember any of it?
Okay, well,
But you could do it?
let's get back to the action. Did you have some over there?
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. He looked at Chick. The San Diego Zoo has announced the birth of its first aardvark in nearly 4 decades. The San Diego Zoo Wildlife Alliance said the female cub was born in May to a mother named Zola. Lead wildlife care specialist Carrie and Sarah said the cub is very active and was using her sharp claws to dig like an adult aardvark just hours after her birth. Aardvarks are native to sub-Saharan Africa. They have strong front legs, long claws adapted to digging burrows where they spend daylight hours until emerging in evenings to use their long, sticky tongues to slurp up ants and termites.
This one looks like a shaved anteater.
Yeah, it looks like a naked Joy Behar. Like it's right around.
This brings up an interesting question because that is one ugly baby.
Oh, it's like a little.
That is an ugly baby. What do you do if your friends have an ugly baby? Do you say something? You go, my God, that's an ugly baby.
Yeah, that's one of God's mistakes.
Yeah,
man.
that's awful.
That's not good.
Put the blanket over that face.
That thing's
Gee,
not done yet.
Christmas. Put that back in.
It's not done yet.
I wonder why it's so hard for them to reproduce in captivity.
Well, they're shy.
Well, look at them. They don't even want to have sex with each other. They're hideous.
I think it's adorable. It's like a little pig dog armadillo thing.
And I'm not trying to get sad here, but isn't part of animals not reproducing in captivity because they get depressed because they don't have like the joys of being in the wild, and then they don't want to. In the same way that when a person gets depressed, their libido might go down a little bit. Is that a little bit of it?
Yeah, wouldn't you think it'd be? They're thinking they don't have any natural predators. They're thinking this is kind of cool here. I don't have to worry about whoever eats aardvarks, probably tigers or something. Well, that's a different continent. But the point is,
something with teeth. I'm sure.
You'd think aardvark would be first on your list. You know, the AA thing.
Yeah, right. First in the dictionary.
So, hang on. You think, in your scenario,
if you're working at a zoo,
the predators go in alphabetical order.
No, but I'm thinking if you want to have the animals reproduce, you start right at the top of the list.
What do you think the aardvarks?
Always number one.
Why? You know how if a kid has last name starts with a Z, every now and then they do the reverse alphabet so he can be first every now and then?
Every Fridays, that's how it was at our school in elementary. I was always first until Friday.
There's a new thing they do now. They put everybody's name on a popsicle stick, and then you do a drawing, so it's always in random order.
Oh, yeah.
That way the kid with the A. When I was in school, it was always A through Z.
Yeah.
But how about you, Joe?
Yeah. Why? Seriously?
Yeah.
Like, there's kids that are, the people with the G names are offended they don't get to ever go first?
Sure.
Weird that you picked G right away.
Yeah.
Weird that you figured the Griswolds would be loud about it.
Odd one.
Weird that you're getting angry at us.
That makes sense.
Or do you feel like you're entitled to go first?
Well, it depends what the situation is.
Mm-hmm.
We always did it by height, and I was the tallest in my class, so I always got to go first. So.
Did you have one that one freakish girl that was like 6 feet tall when she was like second grade? Yeah.
God, I can tell. I could shout out her name right now.
Same here. Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
Tall.
I remember the
Treetop Tina. That's right.
a girl from my elementary school got on the cover of the Cleveland Plain Dealer for getting a haircut. She had never.
Wait a minute. Hold it. What?
She'd never had her hair cut.
Crystal Gale?
It was that long.
Slow news day.
Oh, no, it was just kind of a fun story.
How old was she?
I forget, probably 3rd or 4th grade. But I mean,
I never had it since she was born.
She was extremely bright. She was a very bright young girl. And
homeschooled?
No, she went to elementary school at Mercer School, of course.
Of course.
Famous for the, and when you'd walk into the lobby of my elementary school, there was, it was named after General Mercer.
That's right.
And there was a picture of him being killed on the battlefield with blood coming out of his stomach, which was always kind of, I don't know.
Really? Like an oil painting?
Oh, yeah, like kind of off-putting.
Didn't someone send us a picture
Yes.
of that mural?
It's a famous mural, It's out there. The death of General Mercer. But, I could tell you her name right now, but I guess that would be kind of rude. Her last name was Stump.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I'm glad you didn't give her name.
Yeah. Well, I didn't give her first name. There are lots
Sally
of stumps
Stump.
out there. We used to have someone here named
I don't
Stump.
think there's lots of stumps out there.
Her hair wasn't stumpy at all, though, was it? It was long.
Very
flowing.
long, yeah. And you know the stump story, don't you?
I don't.
Oh, this is rather awkward. There was a very fine employee that worked here whose last name was Stumpy. And
oh my God.
one day we had a gentleman in here who was a world-class para-athlete.
Okay.
That was had lost part of one of his legs.
Gee, I wonder.
Starting off well.
I wonder where this is going.
This is a true story.
He's laughing because he's thinking of what's going to happen, I hope.
She came into the air booth during the break and thrust her hand out and said, "I'm Jody Stumpy." We had to explain.
I beg your pardon?
I swear to God, that's true. Ask Bob. So sorry. No,
we'll be right back.
No harm intended.
We might be right back.
Coming up, we have the Scooter Gang. Woo! Look out. We've got, I was just talking about this, smoking in casinos. There are a lot
Smoking in casinos.
There are a lot of people that don't like to go into casinos because they stink of smoke. And there's a new study about that. You'll be kind of surprised with the results. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Got this new venture. It's called Say It to My Face.
Oh.
Swear to God.
Cool.
Hey, Josh, let's say someone talks smack about you on Facebook or Twitter.
Sure.
And the first thing you do is you'd call me, then I go to their house. And when they answer the door, I'll just yell, "Say it to my face." And then I'll jack them with a blood dart right to the larynx. And Christy, you and your ladies don't got to worry either, because I got you covered too. See, my friend Tasha and I are launching an all-female company called "Oh, No, You Didn't." Swear to God. Well, it's hard to spell it on the radio, but in print, it's badass. It's all hymenated.
Hymenated?
Yep. So the next time some chick, calls another chick an obese whale when you post your porta potty selfie on Instagrams, just give me and Tasha a call. She'll go to that chick's house and slap the spit out of her while screaming, "Oh, no, you didn't."
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, Bob and Tom fans. It's a Monday morning, June 20th. Feels like a Monday, doesn't it? Don't forget about Bob and Tom tonight, the video webcast of highlights of today's show tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, our Facebook page, or just check out bobandtom.com for details. It's Bob and Tom tonight. You don't want to be watching the news, gas prices, inflation, blah, blah, blah. You can tune in and see the highlights of today's show tonight. It's Bob and Tom tonight. Join us, won't you? 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'd love it if you would. And you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7 on a Monday. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment headlines. Paul McCartney's comment about all the people who brought happy birthday signs to his concert outside New York City Thursday. Yeah, right. I've got a birthday coming up. I'm not trying to ignore it, but McCartney turned 80 on Saturday. Bruce Springsteen popped up at the concert to sing a duet of Glory Days and I Want to Be Your Man, as well as trade guitar licks on the Abbey Road medley. John Bon Jovi showed up on stage with balloons, and McCartney dedicated the Beatles song Birthday to anyone having a birthday and himself. The Lego version of Chris Stapleton that was used in the second One to Know video will be on display at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. The exhibit will also show off the outfit Stapleton wore for the cover photo of his Traveler album, the guitar he played on the title track, and the trophy Waffle House gave him for being most played artist on the restaurant's jukeboxes back in 2019. The exhibit, Chris Stapleton Since 1978, opens July 1st and runs through next May. The BTS compilation Proof debuts in the top spot on the Billboard 200 chart. It moved over 300,000 units in the past week. It's the 6th #1 album for BTS. Unverano Sinti by Bad Bunny is second, followed by Harry's House by Harry Styles. Post Malone's 12 Karat Toothache is 4th. Future's I Never Liked You is number 5. And that's a look at your entertainment news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, man, it's Donnie Baker. And the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then because you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Before we go, thought I'd tell you the true story of Susie Suzuki and Sam Samurai.
Now, this is the true story.
Yeah.
Okay.
As told by yours truly,
Tom Whiskey, Frontier Doctor.
Yeah, good morning. Well, I never will forget it. Susie Suzuki had to get married at a very young age.
Yep.
She was impregnated by her husband, Hayastan. She never really liked Hayastan, but they had 12 children. Hayastan up and died, and Susie remarried. I'll tell you, it was really something because she married her true love, Sam Samurai.
Oh, touching.
Yep. With Sam, she had 12 more children.
Wow.
Well, finally, after many years, Susie died.
I wonder why.
I'll never forget it. I was standing right next to her at the funeral home. Well, next to her body. Two little old ladies were staring down at Susie with tears in their eyes. And the first little old lady said, well, they're finally together. The second little old lady said, who? Susie and her first husband? Or Susie and Sam Samurai? No, neither. Her legs.
Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
How you could be a part of that show.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jess Galsman at the news desk.
Hello.
In for Christy Lee. She's on vacay, taking a long weekend. There's Pat Godwin.
Hi.
He's in the performance room. There's Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
In for Josh Arnold.
Pat, if you're looking for your other pair of glasses, they were on your head a minute ago. You had
I do that a lot.
One pair on your eyes, one pair on your head. Okay, just check.
I've done that. Sure. That's what they say. Zen is supposed to be if you're looking for your glasses and they're on your forehead. They've been on your forehead all along.
whole time.
That's very zen.
Yeah, that's very stupid.
There's Ace Cosby.
Is Tom rubbing off on you?
No. Well, I think he's right. Oh, I play these. Thanks. That was visual. There's Willie Griswold. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
Thank you very much. We have a lot to get to. Coming up, some fascinating stuff in the news.
Oh.
But there's the phone again.
All right. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom. It's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie. How you doing?
Good, but I hate to interrupt, but I got an urgent public service announcement.
Okay.
I want to let everybody know that the Donnie Baker Super Fun Ride Park that I open every summer about this time in my backyard is currently closed for renovation.
Oh, what happened?
Well, I'm currently revamping my Wet n Wild Safari water ride after I received my water bill yesterday. I was just trying to make sure Whiffy and the other neighbor kids had a good time this summer while, turning maybe a hefty profit for me, but I didn't bank on having to talk to Tom Selleck about taking out a reverse mortgage on my boat and my house just to pay his stupid water bill.
Yeah, it'll run up.
Hey, tell me this. How are you going to charge me $7,500 for something that makes up 87% of the Earth's surface?
I give up.
Well, God put water here. Water's a mineral, no different. I mean, you don't go charging me for the dandelions and crabgrass in my yard. Of course not. So how are you going to charge me for something that comes out of my garden hose that I paid for? It's unchristian. Oh, and we also got the slip inside currently under reconfiguration after the riders kept going over the 90-degree bank and landed in my neighbor's compost pile. Yeah, he's got a new horse, too, named it Horse Dumper. Man, his manure pile is as deep as it is steamy. Swear to God. Oh, and apparently little Mikey Adams can't keep his mouth shut because I got a visit from OSHA this week after Mikey let his mom in on a little mishap that occurred in our hatchet throwing booth.
What happened?
I warned him not to wear flip-flops, but he wouldn't listen. But I'll say it like this. I think we can all agree when it comes to nicknames, Three-Toed Mikey sounds way better than Fat Mikey. Swear to God. And I could have charged him for that. Well, I better go. Looks like that OSHA dick is back checking out my newest attraction.
What's that?
I meant to put the tarp over it. It's called the Kingsford Friendly Fire Ferris Wheel of Fun. Taking reservations now. I gotta go.
Oh, the Kingsford people stepped in.
Yeah,
nice.
Sounds nice.
Some nice lighter fluid.
Yeah.
Jessica Alsman sitting in for Miss Christy Lee, and she's right next to me, and she's got some more news. What do you got over there?
Several patrons of a bar in Abilene, Texas, have been attacked by a gang riding on bird scooters. A witness of the attack told KTAB
News on your side
that he was leaving the bar with a group of people when they were approached by the young adults riding the bird scooters. The witness said the riders began harassing them, and they even tried to throw a scooter at their group. When the witness and his group were about to leave, a member of the scooter gang began attacking them, prompting a physical altercation between both parties. Police were called, but the bird scooter gang fled the scene before officers arrived.
This is so dumb.
All right. Yeah.
It's your motor scooter.
These are the little ones you stand on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have an account, and it's directly tied to your account. This is like taking an Uber to a drive-by. You're going to find these guys so fast, it's insane.
Yeah,
Because to rent these things, you've got to put your credit card in, right?
You have an app, and your credit card's in the app, and has your account and your picture. These guys are going to be so fast.
Yeah, they just have to find the guy that was doing circles in front of that bar.
They must have been wanted to. They want to get caught. They must.
Is the bird the brand name of
I
the
think it
scooter?
is.
One of them.
Yeah, there's
Isn't there
birds, there's
lime Scooter. Yeah, maybe this is like the Jets and the Sharks.
Nope, not like that at all.
They got the birds versus the limes.
Nope.
They made the first drive-by scooting.
My favorite thing to do is watch drunk people at like 3 a.m. riding those down the sidewalk and hitting the slightest crack and just face planting into the sidewalk.
Yeah, I imagine there are a few ER docs that have tried to put someone together after that. I like the name of that TV station.
KTAB.
K-Tab?
Go on.
Well, think about it. We'll pay the tab. You did. Never mind.
What about the soft drink tab? You like a tab? You have a refreshing tab?
No.
I think you like tab, right?
Oh.
No?
I love a tab.
Oh, you like Fresca. That's right. Yeah,
My
Fresca.
aunt used to drink tab, and Come up from the beach, all hot. Oh, what if there's any Cokes in here? Oh, God.
Well, the can looked like it would taste great.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, this looks fun. And then you try, ooh, no, it's not fun at all.
I loved it. It was just like a different kind of Diet Coke, right? They used like stevia or something. I'm pretty sure.
No, this was the first iteration of Diet Cola, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was Diet
one of the
Right.
first, yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you like the flavor, I think Coke Zero Sugar pretty much tastes like Tab now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
Yeah.
But didn't they just shut down the last Tab factory?
They did.
Is that right?
Yeah. When I'm pretty positive we had that story. I don't think you can get it at all anymore.
I don't think I've ever tried Tab.
It's great.
You didn't miss a thing.
Very chemically.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it tasted like the can.
That was always the problem with diet drinks, the aftertaste. Yeah,
they got them down now.
They got it down now, but yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find the story about Tab. When we come back, we'll
what about
check that out.
Tab Hunter?
That's what I'll be doing. I'll be trying to find it.
No, the Tab Hunter, the dreamy actor who was the desire of every teenage girl when he was in the movie.
Dated a lot.
And he had no interest in
girls.
Yeah.
Here we go. Super fans tried to save the drink Tab from extinction. Coca-Cola had announced it was discontinuing the diet soda after nearly 60 years. Ms. Trish Priest drinks 3 cans of Tab every day. She told CNN she has begun to stockpile cases. This a couple years ago.
I was going to say, she better start hoarding now.
Yeah. I'll try to find out if they actually closed it down when we come back. We also have a really cool story about alien radio signals. Yeah.
Good morning. Welcome to Alien Radio.
Well, we've got interesting stuff about alien radio coming up. It's out there. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, I'm Morty Gleckman for Casket Carnival.
It's a Casket Carnival. You won't lose your shirt. It's a Casket Carnival. When we shovel on the dirt, we'll make sure you're really safe before we stick you in your grave. We won't steal from you. Casket Carnival.
We've got lots of games and prizes, and since many of our coffins are scratch and dent or gently used models, we pass the savings on to you at Casket Carnival. And don't forget to say hello to our lovable mascot, Embalmo the Clown.
Hey, yeah, there. Thanks for coming to the Casket Carnival. You're really gonna dig our prices there. Don't forget to ask about our layaway plan, huh? Hey, geez, what's wrong with these people? I'm dying up here, huh? At the cremation station, we want to earn your business. You know, sometimes I wish I were dead.
Hey, this is Henry Phillips, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Well, what else would you be doing with your time?
Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks for listening. The Bob and Tom Show's being streamed at this address, bobandtom.com/live. If you want to watch the show, it's a live video feed. You can see the action in the studio as it happens in real time. Doesn't cost you anything. It's a free service, bobandtom.com/live. Some folks like to watch the show while they listen so they can see the reactions. There's Ace Cosby telling his joke of the day. And there's Chick McGee's reaction. That's why they do it. That's why they watch. It's fun, and you can do it as well. It's free. bobandtom.com/live. For those of you who want to continue listening to the show, listen here. And we thank you, Bob and Tom, 24/7. On a Monday, it's June 20th. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Federal officials say most of Yellowstone's national park should reopen within the next 2 weeks, much faster than originally expected after record floods pounded the Yellowstone region last week and knocked out major roads. Yellowstone superintendent said the park will be able to accommodate fewer visitors for the time being, and it will take many months to reconnect the world's renowned park roads with some southern Montana communities. Meanwhile, some of those hardest hit in the disaster, far outside the famous park's limelight, are leaning heavily on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Asian markets mostly lower and cautious trading on this Monday, while the price of Bitcoin remained near $20,000. Shares fell in most Asian markets, but rose in Hong Kong and India as worries over inflation and risks of a global recession from central bank efforts to bring it under control appeared to outweigh Wall Street's mostly positive close on Friday. U.S. futures higher. Oil prices also gained. China kept its 1-year and 5-year loan prime rates unchanged as it struggles to spur a recovery while keeping coronavirus outbreaks under control. U.S. markets are closed today for the Juneteenth holiday. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to testify before Congress later today. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you, everything I touch turns to sold.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Little ditty about Jack Bauer's plan to try and stop a nerve gas attack by the mean Russian men. Jack is hiding in the ductwork, crawling around. Then it pops up, pulls his gun, shouting, "Everybody down!" Jack is just trying to keep America free. But tell him a lie and he'll shoot your wife right in the knee. Gotta get the intel, no matter the cost. He gonna give the wet list to that German dude who was on Lost. Jack said, Chloe, upload them schematics to my PDA. Gonna put my jacket hood on, hold my breath and save the day. Jack said, oh yeah, life goes on. Long after they set off the nerve gas bomb. Oh yeah, I said life goes on. Long after Michelle, Tony, and Edgar are gone. Little ditty about Jack Bauer's plan. Gonna whisper, then shout some, then whisper it again. Curtis, where are you? Tell me about Mr. Cooper. Tell me about Mr. Cooper. Get in the chopper now. I said I wanted a cheeseburger.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
What is the word?
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jess Galsman at the news desk.
Howdy.
She's in for Christy Lee. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
There's Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
Sitting in for Josh Arnold. Still a little bit under the weather. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
I did a little bit of homework here. It looks like Tab has been discontinued, the beverage but it was a kind of a cultural icon, one of the earliest of the sugar-free beverages. But as far as I can tell, it is gone.
On eBay right now, you can get a 12-pack for $60.
Whoa.
There's someone else selling it for $117. Buy it now. Or $6 for one can. That looks a little
sketchy.
Wouldn't
it be sketchy?
I don't know much about that industry, but why don't they do kind of a McRib thing with it? You know, like bring Tab out every couple of years for a month. Would it be just impossible to?
I don't know. There must be a reason they don't.
Because they obviously have lots of fans. According to this one article, this one lady is like spearheading an effort to save Tab Soda Committee, the Tabaholics, apparently. So
I get the feeling it's an acquired taste.
I never acquired it. I always thought it was pretty awful.
It's pretty similar to the Coke Zero Sugar, and I think it's just because of the sugar replacement they use. It's stevia or whatever it is, I'm telling you.
Now, we were talking about taking journeys last week, hopping in your car or whatever and going somewhere far away, maybe just for maybe a hamburger or whatever it might be. Got a lot of great letters and found out the names of terrific places to go to. This is a journey that, let me read you the letter. This comes to us from Carl at Alpine Lumber.
Hey, Carl.
I told my girlfriend I was going to get some barbecue. I'll be back in 3 days. I left Littleton, Colorado the next morning at 1 a.m. on my bike, heading to Uncle Hoppy's, downtown San Antonio, Texas, 936 miles away, 18 and a half hours. I got there. Hoppy's no longer open.
Oh,
that's brutal.
Headed back, got as far as Muleshoe, Texas, 460 miles, 9 hours away. It was a dry county. Got a hotel room, slept 4 hours, headed back. Total time, 41 hours. But see, the journey is what it's all about.
Right.
Poor guy. Boy, that Uncle Hoppy's must have been really great there for...
Well, what did he get instead?
Some
I'm like,
time
I
away
wanna
from his
know.
girlfriend, I guess.
He got some peace. I know that the journey is what it's all about, but sir, a quick Google search will really help you out before. If
Maybe
you're
a phone call.
over 5 hours, you got to check.
You know what? He probably did want to get out of the house.
And I'm sure it's not the same as Uncle Hoppy's, but it's 900 miles closer than anything you're going to... Yeah.
I love these. These are... this guy writes, let's see, this is from another Tom, 430 miles. Spokane to Union Gap, Washington for the delicious Miner Burger and their incredible chocolate banana shake. Ah, yes. See, again, well worth it.
I thought of this last week, but I didn't. This is going to sound so pretentious, but my son, he was taking flying lessons, and his last flight of the lesson series, we flew to a different town, landed, ate at the airport there, and flew back. That was kind of like the reward.
Cool.
So that was like a nice little trip, like a it was like a 35-minute plane ride, and then he landed. I took a breath and got out and ate some food, and then we got back in. He flew us back to the airport.
How old is he?
When he was doing this was 3 years ago, so he was 10.
What? Wow.
Yeah, he took flying lessons for a year.
Was there a regular pilot on board?
Oh, yeah, and that was the great thing. It's a 4-seater Cessna. I'm in the back seat. He's in the pilot seat, and the 350-pound gentleman is in the co-pilot seat. And I'm like, if this guy dies, he's too fat for me to move out of the way. It didn't even dawn on me that I just had my son move. You know what I mean? I was like, how am I going to... I'm going to have to open the door and push the fatty out.
Your son's the one that knows how to operate the aircraft.
Right.
So you would have... Wow.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
How was that burger?
I didn't eat much.
How was your $80 airport burger?
Is he still flying and stuff?
No, he's he signed up for like a year series, and he can't take. He's as far as he can for his age. He has to.
Okay, well,
there are kids flying around the world. I mean, the brother-sister did it not that long ago. I mean, about that same age.
Well, my kid's a loser.
Yeah, he sounds like good. Sounds like an incredible loser.
I'm so sorry.
Get back up there and try it again.
I was trying to underscore the fun we could have. Okay, well, let's get back to the news desk. Halsey, what do you got over there?
This is kind of like about flying a little bit. China's science ministry reported that researchers have found a radio signal that could be from an alien civilization. A report published in Science and Technology Daily stated that researchers at Beijing Normal University...
Space, the final frontier.
It's so weird.
I don't hear anything that could be anything.
Well, you're not the scientists. They're seeing something in there or hearing something. It's
See, you could say the same thing about Bigfoot. You poo-poo it like I just poo-pooed that noise.
They look for certain pulses.
So do Bigfoot hunters. They look for pulses and talking and smells.
Let me just listen. I think I can hear something. I can pick out.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they're asking about extending my car's warranty. I think they're trying to make me an offer.
Reaching out.
Wait a minute. And do you need a new waterbed? Did you hear that? Wasn't there a time in this country when waterbeds were the backbone of American radio?
They were. Absolutely.
They really were. Yeah. Waterbed warehouse.
Yeah, they were great. And we always, whenever we mention this, we get letters from people that still have waterbeds.
Yeah, I don't know why.
And still like them. But whenever I hear about these things in space and aliens, I always think about the time we checked in with a famous scientific experiment.
The space shuttle astronauts are halfway through their 7-day research mission. Endeavour is expected to become an orbiting maternity ward today when frog eggs that were fertilized earlier in the mission start to hatch. Now, we are scheduled to hook up with Commander Thompson. We should hook up right now, I believe.
Hello, Houston.
You're speaking with Bob and Tom. Hello, Endeavour.
Hello, Spaceship Earth. This is Captain Thompson.
Hey, Captain, how are you?
Captain, how are you?
We're doing great. We do a lot of experiments up here.
Yeah, we're just reading about the one involving the frog, the South African clawed frogs. The eggs are about to hatch any moment now, aren't they?
Very excited. Very. As a matter of fact, it looks like they might be hatching about now.
Oh, good.
You people might be the first ones on Earth to hear what's going on.
Well, great.
There they come.
This is exciting.
Some little critter coming out of there. Let's see what's going on here.
Guess the space frogs had a problem there. I don't know how that experiment.
This is the beginning of every science fiction movie you've ever seen. Well, we've just now, in the beginning of the movie, we picked up radio signals from aliens. The next thing you know, they're in your face.
What did Stephen Hawking say?
If the aliens show up here, 99% they're not here in a benevolent fashion.
They will say hi.
They want something.
They want something. Probably our water.
Yeah, or the women.
I don't know if the women were mentioned.
Oh, if they would fit.
We'd like a woman in yoga pants.
Didn't we have a thing a couple of years ago where one of these space telescopes, they thought they had something. It turned out it was the microwave.
Yes.
That someone would go in the break room and hit the microwave, and it would show up in some scientific printout.
And that went on for a couple years, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they figured out because it's always a minute 30 seconds is how long the disturbance is. It's always one hot pocket worth of disturbance.
I think if they're an advanced civilization, they're not going to send out radio signals. It'll just be podcasts with comedians talking to each other about what's going on. We have the lovely Jessica Alsman, who's usually here for Sexy Time with Allie Brain. She's going to be checking in with some more news with us. Also coming up, the Warren Report with comedian Greg Warren. So I look forward to that. Yeah.
A Monday and that, huh?
Yeah, well, it's going to be great. I'm sure we'll have some exciting topic. Right now, we get letters about lots of things.
Some of my nervous pills. Do you have any sort of help you could give me, Tom?
This is a stack of letters. A lot of them are about Good RX. This one is from Vicky. She writes, I have to take medication every day. It costs me $75 for a 90-day supply. Listening to the Bob and Tom show, I heard about Good RX. I thought I'd give it a try. Now my 90-day supply costs $10. All caps. She writes, thank you. Good RX is not a pharmacy. It's an app, and it's free. And with GoodRx, you can compare prices on over 70,000 different price lists from pharmacies all over the place. So check it out. Like I said, it's free, recommended by doctors, pharmacists, and millions of people across the country who've saved on their prescriptions. Christy Lee's the one who discovered it from here, and I'm talking about most of those major pharmacies. So check out goodrx.com/Tom for simple, smart savings on your prescriptions. Like I said, we have stacks of letters here from people who have tried it, and they just think it's great. That's goodrx.com/Tom. Simple, smart savings on your prescriptions. GoodRx isn't insurance, but it can be used in place of insurance, Medicare and Medicaid. In 2021, GoodRx users saved up to 80% on retail prescription prices. So once again, it's a free app. Can't hurt you to download it. GoodRx.com/Tom. Coming up, the very handsome and witty Greg Warren with the Warren Report. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
First of all, a sincere thank you to all of those who attended the night of live comedy last Friday at the Irving Theater in Indianapolis on Washington Street. Had a great time. I was there. It was fun meeting everybody. And, of course, all the proceeds will go towards sending kids to summer camp this year. And very funny, Willie Griswold, Jeff Oskey, and, of course, Pat Godwin killed it with his guitar, as always. And Josh Arnold made a special appearance via puppet and cell phone. That was fun as well. I think we had video rolling. Maybe there's something up on the website or in social media. But at any rate, it was a great night. And, again, thanks to everyone who came out, because we're going to be sending a lot of kids to summer camp because of you. So thanks so much. And you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Reno Collier on the way on a Monday. And Today in History. Stay tuned. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. A magnitude 6.0 earthquake shook Taiwan Monday morning. No immediate reports of damage or injuries. Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau said the quake struck at 9:05 a.m., a shallow depth in the central east coast of the island. It was felt across most of the island of 24 million people, including to the north in Taipei, the capital. The quake felt across the Taiwan Strait in mainland China's Fujian province, China's state broadcaster reported. Colombia will be governed by a leftist president for the first time after former rebel Gustavo Petro narrowly defeated a real estate millionaire in a runoff election that underscored people's disgust with the country's traditional politicians. Petro's third attempt to win the presidency earned him 50% of the vote Sunday, according to results released by election authorities. The election came as Colombians struggle with rising inequality, inflation, and violence. Federal officials say most of Yellowstone National Park should reopen within the next 2 weeks, much faster than originally expected after record floods pounded the Yellowstone region. Meanwhile, some of those hardest hit in the disaster far outside the famous park's limelight are leaning on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Mitch Fitzpatrick, a champion again at the country club, and this time he has one of the grandest trophies in golf. Fitzpatrick delivered on all the clutch shots in the back nine at Brookline in a terrific battle with Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler ahead of him. He seized control with a two-shot swing on the 15th and closed it out with a shot onto the green from the fairway bunker. Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Amateur in Brookline in 2013. He joins Jack Nicklaus as the only men to win a U.S. Amateur and U.S. Open on the same course. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Boy, this week in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky sure has a lot of dummies in town. It's the annual ventriloquist convention.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show. I'm sorry? What did you say?
From the ventriloquism convention?
Yeah. And I'm not moving on this.
I can tell.
We can tell.
I can tell your lips are pretty still there. Jerry, what's the name of your partner?
Timmy.
Timmy?
It's Julie.
Can Timmy speak into the phone? Hand him the phone.
You're going to drink some water.
Drink some water while talking to us. Okay, great.
Go ahead.
I'll have to call you back.
Hi, this is Kostaki Economopoulos, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yes, it's time now for another exciting episode.
Oh, no.
of Murray Whiskey, Frontier Funeral Director.
Oh, no. My hero.
In this episode, Murray Whiskey has just gotten married. And he brings his beautiful new wife to their honeymoon room, their suite. They're getting undressed on their wedding night there. Murray Whiskey drops his trousers, throws them over to his new little bride. Says, put those on. She looks at him incredulously. She says, go ahead, put them on. She puts on the trousers. She says, they're too big. I can't wear these. Murray Whiskey says, that's right. Remember that. I wear the pants in this family. Don't you ever forget that. She says, fine. She takes off her panties. She throws them over to Murray Whiskey. She says, you put those on. He tries. She says, you made me do it. You've got to do it. He says, okay. So he tries to get them on. Can't do it. He says, I can't even get these past my thighs. He says, I can't get into these panties. He says, yeah, and until you change your attitude, you're not going to either, partner.
A true tale from the Old West.
That concludes another exciting episode. Murray Whiskey, Frontier Pyromaniac over here. What are you lighting up the studio?
Yeah, this thing, it's not working. I'm sorry. Nothing. Just...
Brought to you by that new Japanese-Jewish restaurant, So Sue Me.
Thank you very much, Maria.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom, 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
Matt Godwin is here in the performance room.
Hey.
Jeff Hoskey in for Josh Arnold.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Woo!
I'm Chick McGee. Here's Tom Griswold.
Anybody heard from Josh? Do we know? Is he going to be okay?
I was texting with him yesterday.
He's, lucky him. He's doing his own thing in his own time, Dan.
Okay.
And look who's up on the TV, Tom.
There we go. It's another victim of the COVID. Greg Warren.
No.
What do you mean, no?
The picture doesn't count. No. No, absolutely
Chick,
not.
I'm running out of stuff here.
Well,
whenever
you know what that is, mister? That's piss poor is what that is.
Now,
It is.
Last week, you had a photograph of the baseball great Warren Spahn. The idea of this, the Warren Report, you always have another poster behind you with something Warren-related. This time, it's War and Peace. The poster from the movie version of War and Peace, perfectly valid.
Good God.
Thank you, Tom. Chick, there's not a lot of Warrens left.
How about the fabulous Jack Burns as Warren in the Andy Griffith Show?
I'll take a look at that.
Oh, the post-Barney.
Post-Barney?
Yeah, no.
A lesser Barney?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, without Barney, I don't know.
Without Barney, there was no point. Although he was very funny, but nevertheless. Now, do you still have the COVID? Josh is still testing positive.
Well, I am 10 days out from a positive test, so I'm free to go. Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe you can come here and sit in for
Yeah, we'd really appreciate it. Evidently, Josh has forsaken us. It doesn't look good. Yeah.
He said he's still a little foggy. Yeah.
I mean, when I had it, the CDC said after 5 days you were good to go. And my dad was calling me to get me in here like it was nothing. He was ready to kill the whole staff. I don't get what's going on.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'll tell you what's going on. Josh is slacking.
He's a slacker. He's lagging. Yeah. He's lagging behind.
Mm-hmm. So, Greg, are you going to be able to do your gigs starting this Wednesday at the Looney Bin in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yes, I'll be in Tulsa.
Well, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Uh-huh.
You know, they don't have automobiles in Tulsa.
That's right.
It's all horses.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
That's right. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Chick. I was there a couple of years ago. It seemed like they...
Oh, this is reasonably new.
They changed it.
They got a new mayor.
Well, all right.
No more cars.
Back to horses, he said. No more cars.
Yes, and they have their own time zone. Eric Clapton even has a song about it.
Tulsa time.
Tulsa time. That's right.
That's not Eric Clapton, is it?
Oh, he did a
Don
cover. He did a
Williams.
cover of it. I did.
J.J. Cale.
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
J.J. Cale.
J.J. Cale. Oh, did he? Are you sure?
Was J.J. Cale?
Don Williams.
Don
Williams wrote that one?
I think you're right.
Yes.
I think you're right.
Yes.
Correct.
I forget. I don't know.
And Don Williams is not insane like Eric Clapton. Go ahead, Greg.
So you're at a place called the Looney Bin.
Yes.
Coming up this week. And then you're going to be in Vegas at Brad Garrett's Comedy Club Monday, June 27th through July 3rd.
Yeah.
That's a great club. I've been there.
Yeah, can't wait, man.
Now, at the Looney Bin, do they have T-shirts with a cartoon of a guy with crossed eyes and a straight jacket or anything like that?
Celebrating mental illness and how much fun it is?
I think they got more like it's a little more like the wacky, like a smile face or something. Yeah. I don't think it's quite as grim as what you're making.
Okay. All right. Well, you haven't been there yet. Thank you. Thank you
You're right. You always shoot me straight, Chick.
That's exactly right. Remember, no.
I gotta just check my car at the county line or something.
That's exactly right. No cars allowed in Tulsa.
It's like Mackinac Island.
Yep.
Very similar,
yeah. Tulsa Time, recorded by Don Williams, written by Danny Flowers. There you go. Wow. They got their own time zone. That's all you need to know. Okay. Now, what's on your mind today? Do you have a topic for us?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the history of blue jeans. Genoa, Italy, 1500s.
Really?
They made the first work pant. They were made from sails from boats, which those guys probably got it good, huh? Hey, look who it is. Old sailboat pants. Ahoy, matey. Who had the accident? You were the seagull.
That's actually a great idea.
Yeah. And then the French copied it, like they usually do. They came up with their own version of a work pant. It was a little more comfortable. They weaved one white thread with an indigo thread and came up with something that resembled a little bit more like the blue jeans that we know today. It was in Nimes, France, and the word of in French is de, so de Nimes. That's how you get denim.
Oh.
Yeah. Blue, do you know why they use blue?
No.
To hide dirt. That was, it hid dirt, which...
Wouldn't you have gone with brown?
I don't know. I think the blue hides the dirt a little better. You ever seen a dirty Smurf?
Oh. I'd argue if I could.
I've seen some dirty Smurf videos.
I know what you're talking about, Willie, and that's not what I mean.
You're just watching the regular video.
Why do they call dirty movies blue movies, by the way?
I know that
I
working
don't know.
blue.
I can tell you, we had a guy working in the box office at the comedy club, but Dan McKenzie's worked there for 18 years, and somebody called. Dan's a different guy. They called and said, is the comedian blue tonight? And Dan said, the headliner is African-American and the feature act is white.
Not a blue guy in sight.
Not really clear on a couple of the slang terms.
Cut to Reno, Nevada. Jacob Davis is a tailor, mostly serving gold miners. And he made pants for gold miners. And one of the gold miners' wives came up to him and said, hey, we like your pants, but they keep falling apart in certain areas. They had like sort of high stress areas like the pockets, the crouch. And they said, can you do something about it? And he did. He started putting copper rivets into the high stress areas, and people like those pants a lot. They started selling off the shelves. Jacob wanted to patent this idea, but he didn't have the cash. So he went to his buddy who supplied him with material, a guy named Levi Strauss.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Yes.
I know
you know
him.
this guy.
Yeah.
1873 was when they patented Levi's, they call them riveted work pants. Or
so
something
Strauss
like
and this other guy get lost in history, but Levi gets all the credit.
Jacob Davis, yeah. Levi Strauss. Levi first name, Strauss last name.
So Mr. Levi.
So
Mr. Strauss gets the credits.
Instead of calling them Levi's, we could have called them Jakes.
Or Strausses.
Could have called them Jakes. I call them Jakes. I call them Jakes.
All right.
Always have.
Where are my blue Jakes?
Yeah.
And so you take your Jakes off.
That's right.
Levi was a German immigrant, and his real name was not Levi.
Adolf?
Loeb.
Oh,
Loeb.
sorry.
You're not helping, Chick.
What's your name, German? Levi? No, I'm talking about your real name, German. Loeb? I thought so. Yeah, they were brown back then, though. The American jeans, the American work pants were brown until 1890. That's when the patent ran out. And that's when the first pair of 501s came out, and they went to a blue jean and a more flexible jean. And of course, that's when the competition came along. 1895, Oshkosh Bagosh. 1904, Wrangler. Get this, back in the day, Wranglers were called Bluebells. Yeah.
That's a delicious ice cream now, right?
It is. Yeah. It's an average ice cream out of Texas.
Delicious ice cream, if you ask me.
It's okay.
Yeah, they tend to take it real serious down there.
That's because it's Texas. It's hotter than hell. You got to have some ice cream.
Tom, my first job was in Texas, and they Bluebell's so good. Bluebell's best thing ever. Brenham, Texas, Bluebell, and I was like, yeah. Ben and Jerry's is better. That's why you find it in more places.
Dude, I have one thing at Ben and Jerry's. I'm like, I'm a socialist. I don't care anymore. This is delicious, right?
It's so good. It's so good. They were called waist overalls up until the 50s. They weren't called blue jeans, waist overalls. Until the 1930s, basically blue collar people were the only ones wearing jeans. And then the movies came around. John Wayne wore jeans in his westerns. Carole Lombard and Ginger Rogers wore jeans in their films, and people started emulating them. But not everybody thought it was good. There was a book back in the day. It's called The Wife Dressing, The Fine Art of Being a Well-Dressed Wife, written, of course, by Anne Fogarty. And Anne said if women wanted to keep their husbands, they should not wear blue jeans.
Yoga pants.
Yeah, that's good. And I was like, wear nothing at all.
Who the hell was that?
I like
this guy.
Bring him back. Bring him back.
Bring back the funny guy.
Designers say that the reason blue jeans are popular is because they flatter many different parts of the body all at once. Willie, you want to list those parts for me?
Well, I think it starts with butt one, and then after that it goes to butt two, and then after that, I feel like people like the rivets in the knees. You know what I'm talking about?
Little hole.
Yeah.
Where it gets the little creases in the back of the knee, and then the jean looks more nice and stretched out after it kind of. I like the jeans after you wear them a few times, you get a few washes in, and they kind of settle in. That's when I think they look good.
I agree with you. You missed the crouch. That's
Excuse me.
1950s, more movies, more jeans. James Dean wore them in one of the first color movies, Rebel Without a Cause. They dip-dyed the jeans to make them really pop blue. Marlon Brando, the wild one. Elvis wore jeans all the time. Marilyn Monroe wore them in The Misfits and Clash by Night. You guys see what's going on here? Basically, the cool people in the era wore a certain clothing. And young kids emulated them. That's why when I was in high school, Richard Simmons was the cool guy. That's why I always wore the nylon running shorts and the tank top when I was in school.
I got a question. Are you taking questions?
Yeah, sure, Tom.
What are dungarees versus jeans?
I don't exactly know, but I do know they came from, actually predated everything that I said. Dungri, India.
Really?
That was, Dungri, Dungri, India, had a certain type of work pant in the 17th century. There was a coarse cloth for workers, but I don't know. I think they're all kind of the same thing.
Okay. Yeah, this says bib and brace overalls are called dungarees. So, usually worn as protective clothing while working, but then they've got pictures of guys wearing what would look like traditional blue jeans. So I don't know.
Yeah, jeans are dungarees too, I think.
Okay.
The 19th.
Are you wearing pants right now? We can only see you from the shoulders up.
It's my business, really.
Well, I mean, are you wearing jeans right now?
No, I'm wearing shorts because I got to go to this trainer and get stretched out after this. So
What?
Stretched out. Huh?
Trainer.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
You're fine.
Should I put you back $200?
Shut up, Oscar.
Greg's in love with his trainer.
Shut up, chick.
Greg's in love with his trainer.
Shut your mouth. Trying to talk about jeans.
What? His name's Gene. Okay.
No. It's Bart and
Bart.
Stretch me, Bart.
Oh, Bart. Oh, Bart.
The 60s and 70s, jeans really took off. They were part of the counterculture. Tom, I'm sure you remember some of this. They started putting patches and embroidery on their jeans. The women started to embrace sexual liberation through their clothing, which at least those hippies got one thing right.
Isn't that the truth? Bunch of lazy, dirty hippies.
Were you allowed to wear jeans to your high school?
Yeah. Well, yeah, except for high school, yes. Middle school, no.
You know, we weren't allowed to wear shorts even during the hottest part of the year in one of the oldest buildings in Ohio, our high school, and no air conditioning. And it was about 90 degrees. They wouldn't let us wear shorts.
Yeah, we could wear Levi's, but they couldn't be blue.
What?
I beg your effing pardon?
Yep. Or you could not wear blue jeans. You could wear whatever you call them, denim pants.
Chick, I think we get a little class action suit going on with you and some of your classmates, you know?
I don't know why not. Let's start it. Let's sign them up.
Did you guys know in the 1960s, this is true, I read this last, Jefferson Airplane recorded TV spots and radio spots for Levi's.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Good band.
Don't you want some Levi's to wear? You better find some Levi's to wear.
Who would have known Greg Warren does a dead-on Grace Slick?
Very nice, Greg. Now, Greg, what's your...
Levi's, you happy?
We built these Levi's. We built these Levi's.
That's Starship. Not,
whatever.
And
no,
we
not
can
good.
wear these things together.
Greg, what is your yes or no on cut off jeans, and where do you cut them off? I mean, do you want the Daisy Dukes, or do you like them hemmed? What's your...
Well, I don't care for them. I mean, I think they certainly look good on Catherine Bach and the Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
You like to see just the bottom of each cheek. Am I right, Greg?
Well, it's a little.
Yeah.
Chick, look at your face. You look like that guy from Slapshot.
That's right.
Chick, I do not like this guy.
He's just like that guy, the guy that grossed everybody out on Slapshot.
I love that guy.
The bottom of each cheek.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's no good.
He's just no
Well,
good.
thank you, Greg. Once again, Greg Warren will be...
you know what the worst smell is? Oh, sorry.
That's never mind. Greg Warren, once again, starting this Wednesday, the Looney Bin in Tulsa, Oklahoma, then Brad Garrett's Comedy Club in Las Vegas, Monday the 27th through July 3rd. Then it'll be McCurdy's in Sarasota, Florida, July 6th through the 10th for some great live stand-up comedy. Thank you, Greg.
Your jeans, your jeans, your jeans.
One leg's a little shorter and the other one's kind
Nothing
of
better
long.
than a nice ass cheek.
Okay. Hang up something quickly. Oh, yes. Right now, I want to remind you that, hey, the summer's here. We've all figured that out. Let's have some...
yes, we have.
A little less stress out there. Boy, we could all use that. One of the things getting you stressful, paying for gas, of course, going to the grocery store. It's crowded. It's hot. It's confusing. How about having HelloFresh deliver some food to your house? What is this all about? Well, HelloFresh it's I guess the simple way to say it's a meal kit. They've done the shopping. They've done the measuring. They send you cards that explain how to put it together to make amazing recipes. Restaurant quality, beautiful food. Some of it's quick and easy. Some of it's what you might call family friendly. Whatever kind of food style you've got going, they can fix you up. They've got low carb stuff. They've got stuff with fewer calories. Whatever you want. Classic comfort food. It's pre-portioned ingredients ready to get put together to make great food. What do you got over there, Willie?
One of my favorites, the lemon tortelloni Palermo. HelloFresh is going to send you 8 ingredients. You put those together in 6 easy steps, and in just over a half hour, you've cooked this delicious pasta dish with our friends at HelloFresh.
Now, here's one of the keys to this. That is, you can adjust your time schedule very easily with the HelloFresh app. So if you're going to be gone for a couple of weeks on vacation, you pop that in there. Nothing will arrive at your house while you're gone. They got it down. HelloFresh.com/BTShow16 is the way to go. Why the BT Show 16? That code will get you 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. BT Show 16. Once again, 16 free meals, 3 free gifts. Go to HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Remember that code. You'll need it again. That's BT Show 16 at HelloFresh.com/BT Show 16. Coming up, what happens to subway cars when they're they've been, what's the word I'm looking for?
Decommissioned?
Peed on for the last time.
Oh, restaurants?
Well, we're going to find out. Also, we have a marriage proposal in flight. And what happens with you when they ban smoking at casinos? A new study has an answer for that one. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Norman, honey, what you doing? It's getting late.
I'm downstairs, honey. Just getting some cereal. Snookums.
Thank God he found it. I was getting desperate. I hope this works. You know, Judy tried it with Ted, and she said he's become insatiable.
Boy, will Snookums be in for a treat, because her hubby is chomping on the new cereal for men who are sexually dysfunctional. It's Nuttin' Raisin, honey.
This sure is tasty. Honey, I'll be right up.
Nuttin' Raisin Honey, the cereal that gets you up in the morning, or any time for that matter. Nuttin' Raisin Honey. Eat them from the bowl or right out of the box.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, it's a Monday. You must have gotten paid recently. You know, Father's Day was just over the weekend. Did you forget good old dad? Well, it's not too late to make up for it. Just head on over to bobandtomstore.com and buy him a Bob and Tom Show hat. It's that simple. They'll ship it right to your door, or better yet, have it shipped right to Dad's door. Ding dong. What's this? It's a Bob and Tom Show hat from your favorite son. Oh, thanks, Mr. Mailman. It may not go just like that, but you see what I'm saying. bobandtomstore.com. All the clothing, sizes small up to 4XL, 5XL. If we don't have your size, check back. We're always restocking at bobandtomstore.com. And did I mention the employees? Super hot, male and female, always well-groomed, smell great. You should check them out. We have a new HR company here at the Bob and Tom Show. They haven't gotten a hold of me yet, so I'm going to continue talking about the Bob and Tom Store employees because I think people should know how great they are. They will make sure you get what you need. bobandtomstore.com. Check it out, won't you?
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Englishman Matt Fitzpatrick has won the U.S. Open, winning his first major on the same course where he took the U.S. amateur title 9 years earlier. Fitzpatrick shot 2 under 68 at the Country Club in Brookline, Mass. to finish the tournament at 6 under 274 and defeat Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler by just 1 stroke. Major League Baseball yesterday, interleague action. Boston beat St. Louis, Arizona over Minnesota, and the Guardians beat the Dodgers. In the American League, Baltimore, Detroit, Toronto, Oakland, the Angels, and Houston all win. And in the National League, your winners, Washington, Pittsburgh, Miami, Milwaukee, Atlanta, and Colorado. And a full slate WNBA games yesterday. Seattle, Washington, Indiana, Dallas, and Vegas get the wins. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show, and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Roger Naylor is our guest from the Ohio Valley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Is your wife a cop?
Yeah, it's not the traditional job like we were talking about. I mean, it is very, very romantic. We met at a Dunkin' Donuts. So. She hates that joke.
I'll bet she does.
It is a weird job for a woman to have, but it has its advantages. I mean, what other job can you think of where the woman comes home every single night with handcuffs? So
sure,
we got a little game we like to play called Held for Questioning. On the downside, my wife carries a gun.
Oh, good point.
Which makes PMS a whole different ball game in my house. Our toilet seat stays down. I take no chances. I pee in the tub or out in the yard. I don't even mess with it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, my wife is a cop. It's very weird being in bed with a cop. Do you know how embarrassing it is to be in the middle of making love to your wife and all of a sudden you hear, "What's your hurry, pal?" Do you know why I stopped you? Do you know how fast you were going? I gotta wear a radar detector on my wiener. It's a fuzz buster. Bravo!
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no talent.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Where, when?
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
In for Christy Lee, there's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
He's in the performance room. There's Jeff Oskey.
Aye, Captain.
In for Josh Arnold, who's still sick. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Yo.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold with a piece of paper.
Well, yeah, no, every day we always find out, Christy will walk in and she'll always go, "Did you know that today is the most delicious thing everyone loves to eat day?" And we'll go, "Well, thanks for the warning." We won't, and we could have had, someone make delicious.
Right.
Today is, this really isn't food, technically, American Eagle Day, officially, in honor of the great American eagle. So I thought, well, we have to do this then. We have to play the classic from Tim Cavanaugh.
Time helps some species come back and grow stronger. I'm glad one creature's endangered no longer. I wanna fry up an eagle just to see. Fry up an eagle. Use the Colonel's recipe. It's still illegal. It shouldn't be. I need to know what one tastes like. I wanna fry up an eagle. My curiosity first killed the cat who wasn't that tasty, frankly. I wanna fry up an eagle. They're dolphin free. Glenn Fry and the eagle said it subliminally. Did it, they're bald. Did it, and yummy. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Tim Cavanaugh, fry up an eagle. Now, today is once again American Eagle Appreciation Day. Certainly we do. We've got a couple of them floating around here, flying out in our neighborhood. They're more prevalent than they were many years ago, which is great.
Every time he sees them, he has to send us a text about them. Hey, did you see the eagle over at the corner?
What's wrong with you?
Blah, blah,
you want to
blah,
move to
blah,
Latvia? You don't like it in America here, Sonny?
It's a little triggering seeing the one eagle carry a squirrel to its nest, just dangling there. That someone
Some
posted.
guys that are I was talking to that are working they were telling me they were doing this project, essentially setting up these things near these giant high tension wire, whatever they're called, towers,
right,
that hold the real big high wires.
Yeah,
and there was an eagle's nest in one of them. And they walked over there, and the nest had fallen down, and they found things like small dog collars.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, just those eagles are powerful. Things happen. It's
well, they got to eat.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to bring everybody down, but today, once again, American Eagle Day. Thank you, Tim. Nice.
I believe here's Jeff Lebowski to sum it up for us.
Man, come on! I had a rough night, and I hate the Eagles, man.
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges doing well, by the way, recovering from very serious illness. He's got a new TV show out there.
Yes, he does. The Old Man. The name of it's The Old Man.
It's good, too, yeah.
Today also, this is so odd. It's Ice Cream Soda Day, but technically this list says it's National Vanilla Milkshake Day.
So it's 2 different days. There's ice cream soda, so you can put ice cream in like a Coke float, I would think.
Wait, why is it called Ice Cream Soda Day? It's a Coke float or a root beer float.
Have you
Ice
tried
cream
it with a Sunkist and you get the cream pop, like the orange?
Yeah, that sounds
creamsicle.
Great. But I've never heard it called an ice cream soda. I've always heard it as something float.
Or Dr. Pepper, Mr.
Here's the thing. If you're going to have a vanilla milkshake, don't even bother.
Yeah.
Just don't. Why?
Chick, what about this? Vanilla milkshake with the chocolate syrup, then it's malted. What about that?
Anything
it's a chocolate shake, though.
Dress up vanilla, yeah.
I have a buddy, though. He doesn't like the chocolate ice cream milkshake. He likes vanilla ice cream with the chocolate syrup on it. What do you think about that? Okay.
I love vanilla.
Yeah.
Vanilla is fine with me. Maybe throw some sprinkles on if you want to get crazy, or some strawberries.
It's also, I'm not kidding, it's National Hike with a Geek Day. That seems a little rough.
Pretty short hike.
I don't know. Hiking with my dad, he'd be talking about every tree, like, oh, you see this red bud here. Funny story.
You got a tree nerd for a dad?
Pretty much. He could probably be an arborist.
Okay, well, tomorrow's Go Skateboarding Day, so that's a little more fun.
I think I'm a little too old and a little too fat to go skateboarding.
No,
I was thinking about it yesterday.
You got to do it. To start now.
I would break my wrist. So my buddy was one of the best skateboarders when he was like 16, 17, competitions and all that. We went when he was 19, great skating day, end of the day at the park. Some kid's board comes flying, hits his ankle, takes him out for a week.
You know, you're gonna fall, but it's how you get up, Willie. That's the thing.
What if I go to a grown man and I say, hi, do you have elbow pads for people over 250 pounds? What do they say to that?
They say right over here,
okay,
XL.
Man.
Yes, you're fine.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
We'll move on now and head over to the news desk. What's happening over there, Jen?
Several old subway cars are being floated across New York Harbor to New Jersey. The R32 subway cars were put into service in the mid-1960s, but they have since been removed from the New York City subway system and replaced with the newly built R179 train cars. Recently, the old trains have been loaded onto a barge affixed with railroad tracks and floated to Jersey City. Conductors will then drive the old train cars by rail to Ohio, where a scrap company will recycle or discard them for reprocessing.
You see this picture? It was a nice video, and here's the... wait a minute. They're going to New Jersey. Good. One of the great TV scenes.
Oh, yeah.
But just by chance.
Oh, Chick, do you smell that?
It's Jersey.
Do you smell a rewatch coming this summer? A Sopranos summer rewatch? Is that what you smell?
Oh, man, that might be, yeah.
They were only going to use this, I guess, for the first episode.
Right.
They thought they'd do a different one every week, and they decided that people loved it so much they'd keep that tune there.
That was perfect.
That's one of the intros I don't skip, because now you can stream and you can skip all the intros, and I'll skip The Office, I'll skip Parks and Rec. I never skip the Sopranos intro.
There's a really cool scene involving that theme and the prequel.
And then, the new movie, the new HBO Max movie. Oh, my God. And then there's just
really cool.
It's just that little thing, you just like such a nerd, you hear it play.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, it makes you happy.
And then you rewind it and turn it up.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, so they're taking the old subway cars to New Jersey, eventually disassembling them in Ohio for parts.
Enjoy your new rat infestation, Ohio. It'll be fun.
I think that the urine from all the people that have peed on those subway cars will keep the rats away.
What is it about New Jersey that all these things are always stored there? Like all the... I watched a documentary about the mechanized band that they used to use at the pizza place. Yeah, that's all.
Well, they got more
all
space. They're not going to store them in Manhattan.
All of those are kept... Well... They got more room in Montana. Put them in Montana.
Well, they're taking these to Ohio. The first stop is New Jersey.
Well, I pick on Ohio. Leave us alone.
Because there's a company that apparently disassembles old subway cars. They'd make cool Airbnbs, wouldn't they?
You're not going to play.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun.
No, it's fine. That's fine. Take the serious way out. Don't play along. That's fine. So much for yes and. Instead of yes and, your dad just goes, nope. That's fine. That's fine. I get it.
No,
message received.
Well, yes and what? What's your point?
No, nothing. No, I got no point. Nope.
Oh,
nope.
See, tomorrow's National Smoothie Day.
Well, nope.
You know what? No, smoothies can kick rocks. Ice cream or bust. I hate smoothies. They're healthy and they have people put kale in smoothies. What's wrong with you?
Do you know what this is?
Good.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
I haven't heard this.
What version is this?
Version.
This is the version.
Is this by Lil Mama? Kia? Is it Kia?
Kaylee's, K-E-L-I-S, maybe?
I loved that song.
It's kale. It's kale.
Boy, that is a what's the instrument in that?
Intrusive?
Some sort of synthesizer?
The torture phone? What is that called exactly?
That is ripped from an 80s hair metal band, that synthesizer. Don't get mad at that synthesizer.
That's an intrusive
I love
phone.
that. Love it. You hear that and you are getting pumped.
So is she making milkshakes up in the yard? I'm confused. What does that actually mean?
I think the milkshakes.
I think it's talking about her secretions.
What?
Her secretions?
Or her booty. Or her body. I don't know. Think about it. Finger pie. I don't know.
That's a weird too.
Or isn't that what it was? Pie? Not, the Beatles. Remember the Beatles? You like the Beatles, Tom.
We talked about finger pie earlier this morning. Boy, out of context, that just sounds really wrong. No, it was Paul McCartney was saying that in the song Penny Lane, the reference to finger pie was, as he put it, for the lads in Liverpool, they would know that it's slang for intimate play in the front naughty, if you will. Why am I talking? I'm getting myself enjoy a milkshake, whatever this lady thinks they are. I always thought it was that she was shaking up her upper torso.
I think
milkshakes.
Her milkshakes and her, it could be anything.
But I mean, the way you say it, it sounds like she's squirting. I'm sorry. Let's just move on here. We'll be right back with something more healthy when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
And a good morning. Check out all of Bob and Tom's podcasts at bobandtom.com/podcast, the Bits and Pieces podcast, where they dive into the archive and take a look at some of the best bits and pieces from the Bob and Tom show. Josh Arnold, a recent guest, you can check him out. He was a big fan of the show before he joined us in the sidekick chair. He's out today. He's recovering from COVID. We hope he's doing well and getting better. We hope to see you soon, Josh. Thanks to Jeff Oskey for sitting in today. But I go back to the podcast. They are free. You can download them and you can see them for yourself at bobandtom.com/podcasts. I don't have to walk you through how to download and listen. You guys are smart. You can figure it out. Thanks so much for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Reno Collier coming up with a look at history and Tom Griswold, as well as things we learned on the way on a Monday morning with you right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment headlines. Paul McCartney's comment about all the people who brought happy birthday signs to his concert outside New York City Thursday. Yeah, right. I've got a birthday coming up. I'm not trying to ignore it, but McCartney turned 80 on Saturday. Bruce Springsteen popped up at the concert to sing a duet of Glory Days and I Want to Be Your Man, as well as trade guitar licks on the Abbey Road medley. John Bon Jovi showed up on stage with balloons, and McCartney dedicated the Beatles song Birthday to anyone having a birthday and himself. The Lego version of Chris Stapleton that was used in the second One to Know video will be on display at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. The exhibit will also show off the outfit Stapleton wore for the cover photo of his Traveler album, the guitar he played on the title track, and the trophy Waffle House gave him for being most played artist on the restaurant's jukeboxes back in 2019. The exhibit, Chris Stapleton Since 1978, opens July 1st and runs through next May. The BTS compilation Proof debuts in the top spot on the Billboard 200 chart. It moved over 300,000 units in the past week. It's the 6th #1 album for BTS. Unverano Sinti by Bad Bunny is second, followed by Harry's House by Harry Styles. Post Malone's 12 Karat Toothache is fourth. Future's I Never Liked You is number 5. And that's a look at your entertainment news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Dr. Anthony Fauci has tested positive for COVID-19. The 81-year-old, who is fully vaccinated and has received 2 booster shots, was experiencing mild symptoms.
So he's going to be staying on his couchy. Dr. Fauci.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
With us in the studio, comedian Doug Stanhope. I wanted to talk about something fairly mundane, actually, with Doug. You hate baseball. Am I correct?
Baseball players always, they look like cops so much. They're so, they're so joyless.
Are you out of your mind?
But no, you watch any other sport and they're happy and they're pumping up the crowd, they're high-fiving. And baseball guys, they just look so joyless and smug, and they just sit there in the dugout and they look like cops. You know how, someone gets pulled over, they have no registration, and you need 9 officers and they all stand around with their arms crossed and self-important looking. No joy in their face.
So what do you do during? Because I can tell you love.
I'll bet on baseball because I think that's the only reason people watch it is because it's the only thing on in the summer. I hate the Yankees. That's the only reason I watch baseball is to hope the Yankees lose, and I guess that's probably a miserable. Just because they buy their team and their fans are so obnoxious. Like if you're gonna just be cheering in the stands, pick an underdog and have some character. If you have money on the game, it's different. That's like having stock in a company.
Yeah.
But if you're just going to be a loudmouth, beer-fueled ass bag in the stands, pick the underdog. Rooting for the Yankees is like going to a casino and cheering for the house. You're already supposed to win. And you're standing behind the blackjack table going, "Oh, dealer busted your ass, bitch. Oh, that's my dealer. I got my dealer jersey on."
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Nation.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Jessica Halsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room. There's Jeff Oskey in for Josh Arnold. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
Manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Of course, we're waiting for a couple big things that are coming up. The 6th anniversary of Josh Arnold on the show, assuming he's alive. We haven't heard from him all morning. We're kind of concerned. But coming up on the later this month, on June 25th, it's Global Beatles Day in honor of the Beatles, which got Pat and I got talking about the Beatles and talking about this particular passage. It's such a great tune. Dirty. Penny Lane, and I always had trouble understanding what they were saying there. He's saying 4 of fish and finger pie. 4 F-O-U-R.
4 fish sticks, yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like fish sticks. A 4 of fish, it turns out, in Liverpool was a something you'd grab, like a fish and chips thing. And everyone called it a 4 of fish. And finger pie, according to Paul McCartney, I'm quoting here, finger pie is just a little joke for the Liverpool lads who like a bit of smut. For clarification, finger pie, local slang to what's referred to here as intimate fondling between teenagers. I won't go into more detail. You can
Why teenagers? Just say intimate fondling.
I'm reading the text here. This is not me.
Yeah, why'd they have to make it adolescence? That's so weird.
Well, I'm just.
Because when you're 20, it's over.
Yeah, let's be honest. That's a young man's game.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, I tried that. My carpal tunnel starts acting out.
Oh, no, dude. You just got to get one of those shooter sleeves. You can do it all day long. Yeah, you just got to figure out that nerve.
One of those bowling alley grips.
Yeah, I didn't even really start doing that till I was like 23, 24. Because before you're just kind of la la la, and then
So I think, Willie, we just solved 2 birds with 1 stone here. Then you can wear those when you're skateboarding. So if you fall, you won't break your wrist.
That's a good idea.
There you go. See, this all makes sense. Yeah. Did you know that Pete Townsend almost couldn't play guitar because of falling off of his bicycle? Did you ever know?
I didn't know.
A little bit of obscure rock trivia for you. The great Pete Townsend, one of the geniuses of rock and roll. Oh, sorry. didn't mean to bore you to death.
Anything about yes over there? Anything?
You know, Rick Wakeman.
Mamas
had an elbow injury.
Mamas and the Papas?
Jack
Anything going on
Bruce
over there?
was the cat singer in the group.
Yeah, anything this century.
Rick Wakeman, one of the great senses of humor of rock stars.
Very funny. Could tell a
Anything in the
fine
last
joke.
22 years. Anything?
Behind the shelter.
Nope. Nothing.
You see, they talk about roundabouts there.
Yeah.
Those are now taking over the world.
That's something else.
Okay. I think the finger pie thing is fascinating. All these years, you didn't know what was going on there. You've been enlightened. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Ms. Alsman, what do you got?
He's verifying he hears things in his head that aren't said, and never mind. Go ahead. Whatever.
A recent study has found that smoking bans no longer negatively impact casino revenue. The report issued by Las Vegas-based C3 Gaming that revenue did not decline in casinos that had implemented smoking bans, and that eliminating smoking would become another change accepted by patrons.
I have a theory. How much are cigarettes now? Carton.
Oh, a carton? Like $80?
Yeah, so the casinos are going, well, they could take that $80 and gamble with it. Do you think?
Good point.
I mean, you're gambling anyway, so why not?
Right.
Well, in fact, non-smoking properties appear to be performing better than their counterparts that continue to allow smoking. So I don't know if it's just people that don't want the secondhand smoke or...
I know when I go to Vegas, I always get the non-smoking hooker.
Yeah.
Like if I had the choice between the two, I always go with the non-smoker.
Better quality?
Yeah. Well, the mouth taste is way.
Wait.
That's gross.
Is she having the mouth party or are you having the mouth party?
He's just getting himself in trouble slowly. Yeah. I'm enjoying this. Can you vape?
I don't think
casinos?
you can do anything.
It depends. I was at the one. Me and my buddy hit a casino up a couple months ago. I had a free night before a show, and yeah, we went there. And there's certain pieces of carpet that you can and can't smoke on. So it's like black carpet you can smoke, and red carpet you can't smoke. And we had it so I was at the table, and there was no carpet where I could smoke. But if I stood back like 6 feet, and I did, I was like, hey, is this okay? And I was like, yeah, of course that's okay. You're on the right carpet.
But don't they understand that the air is going to be flowing over all the carpet?
It's very silly, but yeah.
It's like the days of smoking in planes.
Yeah.
Folks in the back are still sucking it in.
It does feel very old school when you walk in there and you see the lady at the slots and she's just planted. She's got the pack out. She's having a good time, man.
My favorite is when you go to the gambling boats, the ladies on there like to smoke right next to their oxygen tanks. And you're just like, oh, great. We're all gambling.
Yeah.
This thing may blow. Yeah. What else is happening at the news desk?
Oh, well, this is a little nice story. You were talking about your son who was taking flight lessons. An airplane pilot and flight attendant got engaged during an in-flight proposal. Alaska Air said SkyWest flight attendant Veronica flew with her girlfriend, newly hired Alaska pilot Alejandra, on the airline's special Pride flight from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Halfway through the flight, Veronica used the PA system to propose to Alejandro as their fellow passengers cheered on. Unbeknownst to Veronica, as well as Air Alaska, Alejandro was also planning to propose to Veronica that same day. So when the flight landed and the couple deplaned, Alejandro surprised Veronica by popping the question at the gate, and a double proposal celebration at LAX ensued.
This might be the most old school my brain has ever been. Is this the same sex couple, or is the guy the flight attendant?
Same sex.
Okay,
couple.
okay,
They're
perfect.
both
Sorry.
chicks.
In my head, I was just like, this guy is. That blew my mind.
See, the fact a woman was a pilot is what blew my mind.
Exactly. Is that we both went different gender role directions.
I was more upset that the second proposal still happened. Like, well, I'm going to propose to you now. It's like, well, here, you already proposed to.
I'm just wondering about the poor guy sitting on the plane going, hey, look, this is all good, but could I get the other half of my Diet Coke? I mean, this is really nice. I'm happy you're flying with Pride, but, can you wait till Taco Tuesday? I could use a Coke over here.
Yeah,
the pretzels and a Sprite, maybe anything.
Some pretty
that's
drinks.
Sweet. But yeah, I don't understand the double proposal.
Yeah.
Didn't the pilot say yes the first time and then...
Well, I think it was already set up, so when they came off the plane, there were probably people there with a sign,
that makes more sense.
a big presentation.
Okay.
And so I personally, you're at work. Like, save it for another day. Like, oh, that's great that you're...
Is anybody flying this plane?
Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah, the co-pilot.
Yeah, the
must have been
co-pilot.
furious.
I guess I'll handle everything.
Look out the right side of the plane, you'll see a moose as we plummet toward the earth. We're losing altitude fast, but she said I do, or I will, or whatever. I'm sorry. What else you got over there?
Firefighters rescued a kitten that got its head stuck in a tire rim. The Turkey Volunteer Fire Department said firefighters responded to the call of a cat in distress and found the feline with its head stuck through a hole in a tire rim.
Little kitty.
The department said crews were able to safely remove the kitten.
How much that cost us, saving the cat? How much that cost the boys? How much time? How many fires went unanswered while they were saving the kitten?
Oh, photo shared on Facebook.
Good job, fellas.
They show the small kitty covered in lubricant.
Oh, lubing up the kitty who hasn't been there.
That's what I call it, right, Tom? Time to lube up that kitten.
It was a cat. It would have been great if it were a dog, but it could have been, wait a minute, Rim Tim Tim. That's a Rin Tin Tin joke.
Yeah.
Remember?
No, we got it.
Rin Tin Tin was
You remember
around
Rin Tin Tin?
when I was like 3.
It was more of a Rin Tin Tin sentence, to be fair. It wasn't the reference that was the issue.
Nice, cute little doggy. It was a kitty. Greased up kitty. Greased up kitty. You like that?
I don't like that.
Who's up next, Chick McGee?
What? Oh, Reno Collier.
Reno Collier, comedian.
Maybe he'll talk about something that happened in the last 20 years. Maybe that'll be. Maybe we can look forward to that.
Okay. I want to remind you that if you've got that car, you got that truck. Of course you do. Napa wants to help you keep it moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, Napa wants to keep it on the road. How do they do that? Well, if you need a part, you can get it fast with Napa's famous curbside pickup or Napa's next day delivery. Over 500,000 quality auto parts. Napa's going to have what you need because when it comes to serving you and your car, Napa's motor never quits. They've got what we call Napa Know-How curbside pickup, of course, available at participating Napa Auto Parts store with in-stock items only. Check them out, NapaOnline.com. Get a hold of your local Napa person. There are great people behind those counters, and they know what they're doing. Like I said, we call it Napa Know-How. Coming up later this week, the Napa Big Deal of the Week. We'll pick the best story of the week and revisit it for you. When we come back, comedian Reno Collier. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Jonesboro, Arkansas, I am talking to you. This Saturday night at the Embassy Suites, it's going to be, get this, Donnie Baker, Willie Griswold, and Jeff Oskey together on stage. I know what Donnie Baker's all about, and just this last Friday night, I saw Willie do his stand-up for the first time, and Jeff Oskey. It was awesome. They did great jobs. It was so funny, and you will love it in Jonesboro. That's coming up this Saturday night. Again, the Embassy Suites, Willie, Donnie Baker, and Jeff Oskey together. Check out DonnieBaker.com for tickets and information, or contact the friendly folks there, as we like to call them, at the Embassy Suites there in Jonesboro, Arkansas, for more information. This Saturday night, June 25th, live on stage, live comedy. Come on, get out there, have some laughs, have some brews, have some fun, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with things you may have missed. Federal officials say most of Yellowstone's national park should reopen within the next 2 weeks, much faster than originally expected after record floods pounded the Yellowstone region last week and knocked out major roads. Yellowstone superintendent said the park will be able to accommodate fewer visitors for the time being, and it will take many months to reconnect the world's renowned park roads with some southern Montana communities. Meanwhile, some of those hardest hit in the disaster, far outside the famous park's limelight, are leaning heavily on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Asian markets mostly lower and cautious trading on this Monday, while the price of Bitcoin remained near $20,000. Shares fell in most Asian markets, but rose in Hong Kong and India as worries over inflation and risks of a global recession from central bank efforts to bring it under control appeared to outweigh Wall Street's mostly positive close on Friday. U.S. futures higher. Oil prices also gained. China kept its 1-year and 5-year loan prime rates unchanged as it struggles to spur a recovery while keeping coronavirus outbreaks under control. U.S. markets are closed today for the Juneteenth holiday. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is set to testify before Congress later today. That's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my Mr. Bation.
Mr. Béchon. Just slap a little on. Repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
Is that Mr. Bation?
Yeah, I think that's the sign.
Mr. Béchon.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
25 people were injured after walking over hot coals in northern Switzerland.
Good.
13 hospitalized with more severe injuries.
Good.
Details about the incident or why people at the event walked over hot coals were not released.
Because they're idiots.
Mind over matter, my friend.
No. Physics over stupidity.
Me feet on fire, me toes on fire, feeling hot, hot, hot.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking. Are odors in your home a constant problem? Do you live with a smoker, have pets, or simply have annoying kitchen cooking odors that just won't go away? Do you ever hear comments like this?
Gee, Janet, I never thought of fertilizing houseplants with cow dung.
Or has a house guest ever said,
Great room freshener, Bill. What do you call it? Early American locker room?
You've tried carpet deodorizers, spray mist, incense, stick-up fragrance dispensers, and even plug-in devices that temporarily mask the smells in your home. Nothing seems to work. That's why Home Products Incorporated, a division of Frigamall Industries, is proud to announce its latest innovation, Le Clip. With Le Clip, foul-smelling odors seem to miraculously disappear. Simply put Le Clip over your nose and the nose of visitors to your home and see what a difference it can make.
Hiya, Mary. How you been? Wonderful, Janet. Hey, your house smells great.
See how easy? If you pick up Le Clip today, and if you're not delighted with the results, we'll send your money back. Le Clip, by the same company that brought you Le Blindfold, the product that makes messy, cluttered homes look more neat and organized.
Gosh, honey, the house has never looked better.
Le Blindfold and Le Clip.
Pick yours up today.
Okay.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schlitz, but for me,
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, Chick.
There's Jeff Oskade from Josh Arnold.
Yes, sir.
There's Jessica Alsman at the news desk.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby manning the track phone hotline hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom.
Thank you very much. And I get the privilege of introducing another guest.
Okay,
he
he needs to either move to another place in his house or get rid of that awful painting behind him.
It's Reno Collier.
It looks like a white tablecloth at some bad restaurant where they tried to put the cigarettes out and they keep missing the ashtray.
And they serve a lot of mustard, it looks like.
Hideous.
It looks like an artist's interpretation to what ExxonMobil did to the Gulf of Mexico.
A little bit.
Does that make sense?
Dude, you know what sucks? Is my wife spent a lot of money on that thing.
Oh, I bet.
That's the painful part of it. I told her I initially thought it looked like what you said, like a picnic table napkin after a cookout.
Yeah.
Like it just has every mush. But I have to stay down here. My dog, Bo's flipping out. So if I go upstairs, my wife takes off for the gym, and then he just barks and flips out.
Okay, well, it's kind of a non-representational painting, kind of a what would you call it, abstract.
Waste of money.
Okay.
Garbage.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure she loves
Yeah.
it. That's nice. What room are you in?
I'm in the dining room.
Oh, so you have to eat and look at that thing?
Lost my appetite. No, I face. You notice which direction I'm facing? I don't look at it. It just pains me. Every time I think about my Amex bill, I'm like, ugh, for that?
I was having breakfast with my 9-year-old daughter, Finn, on Saturday morning. We like to go to different pancake places. We're trying to find the perfect pancake. So we're at this pretty nice place, enjoying some pancakes. And it's one of those places where the tables are kind of close, and this a couple ladies come and sit down next to us. We're about halfway through. I had to stop eating. The perfume she had on was so awful. I could taste it along with my syrup. And I said, okay, I'm done. Okay. But looking at that painting would be hard to eat. That is
I got for Father's Day, speaking of eating, like my family's really religious, and we all got together yesterday, and people were opening up their Father's Day gifts. My kids got me the Snoop Dogg cookbook.
Yeah, man. Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's called From Crook to Cook. And it's good. The only thing is I'm pretty sure he didn't write. First of all, when I opened it up, I pull it out and I go, Snoop Dogg. And my 12-year-old nephew goes, ooh, cooking with the devil's lettuce. Yeah. Wow. And I was like, what, dude? What did you say? Turns out he and I are the only ones in front of all 20 people that knew what that was. my stepmom's like, that's the guy from the Doritos commercial. I'm like, yeah, that's the guy from that's exactly. Yes. But I don't think he wrote, because you read it, like I think he came up with the names like the Smoothie, like THA Smoothie.
Nice.
But then when you read it, it's forwarded by who's the chick that he likes?
Martha Stewart, maybe?
Yeah. Martha Stewart. Because she didn't snitch. Yeah. And but I don't think he wrote it because it's like one of the thing, time to wake yourself up. And what better way than with the most important meal of the day?
Yeah, that's not Snoop.
That's not Snoop.
No.
What has happened to my gangster? Like Ice Cube is like in a movie with 6 kids on a camping trip, and Ice-T is a cop. Oh, like all the gangsters from my youth have turned into, there's kale in it. Yeah. I don't want to think about Snoop Dogg with kale in his refrigerator.
It's honestly, I'm not condoning violence, but I am I'm kind of glad that guys like Biggie and Tupac passed away, because I don't want to see, Tupac in a new movie where him and Justin Bieber are going to the islands this summer. Right. I don't want to watch. I don't want to get the Biggie Smalls cookbook.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of this news story we had this morning in Abilene, Texas. These people were attacked by young folks on what they call bird scooters, those rental scooters. And it talks about this. They literally say, this report from KTAB television, a gang riding bird scooters began harassing these people. It ends up in this big fight. I mean, scooter gangs? Really? What are they, like the HE double hockey sticks angels? They're doing security at a Partridge Family concert? I don't know.
They do drive-bys with tennis balls?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I wanted to read this story for you, Reno. This is kind of interesting. Nothing funny about wildfires, certainly. But this one apparently, we'll put it this way. A 57-year-old guy is being arrested and charged with suspicion of sparking a 5,000-acre forest fire in Arizona. Here's the bad part. He told deputies he was burning used toilet paper while living on the Coconino National Forest. I don't know why you would burn used toilet paper. I sure hope he wasn't making s'mores. This was 6 miles north of Flagstaff, Arizona. Hundreds of people had to evacuate. This happened last weekend. So, why would you burn toilet paper? Wouldn't you just bury it?
Yeah,
you've got to have.
I watch a lot of Law and Order. It might be DNA.
Okay, who knows? I don't know. I can you see Smokey the Bear doing that commercial? Yeah, I wipe in the woods. And then I bury it.
Make sure you put out forest fires.
I don't.
I
burn.
also field strip my smokes. Don't forget.
Okay, and I don't know if you guys saw this one. This was a big story at the end of the week about this headstone in Iowa. Did anybody see this? There's a freedom of speech issue now that's been caused by this guy. This gentleman's name was Stephen Paul Owens, passed away last September, buried at the Warren Power Cemetery in Polk County, Iowa. His family had a headstone that he designed installed in his grave. On the one side, it's got his name, date of birth, death, and a family saying of some sort. The other side says... and this is kind of a poem, and you have to understand that it's stacked, so it's line by line. It's got some kind of sort of generic sounding thing. Forever in our hearts until we meet again, cherished memories known as our son, brother, father, papa, uncle, friend, and cousin. But if you read them stacked,
starts with the.
It starts with an first line starts with an F, the second one with a U, et cetera, et cetera.
This happened to my buddy. They were trying to bury his grandpa. They wouldn't let him put his full name on the gravestone. His name was Let's Go Brandon Davis, and they said he couldn't do it. I mean, how weird is that they would say he can't do that?
The family says no. This was his way of saying he liked you. But it's somewhat controversial. And I didn't, first of all, I didn't know you could get a two-sided gravestone.
Yeah.
Is that a new thing? No.
Nope. You can get a 5-sided one if you want. You can have something put on every side.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was...
If you have enough money, they will build a crypt for you over your tomb. I mean, they'll do anything. They have statues.
I thought the tradition was... I don't know. I know I've got a one-side-only rule here at the radio station. I'll tell you that. I don't want to be flipping paper over all the time. Okay. I'm sorry. I just thought it was...
I saw that gravestone, and if no one pointed it out, I don't think anyone would catch it.
It's not like they made the font 30.
It's not like they made the first letter of each one twice the size of the other letters.
So then who cares?
Well, they're apparently...
Yeah, and what a better place to laugh. Like when you're walking through there looking for your grandma's grave or whatever, and then you see something funny...
Yeah, apparently
if you walk in, it just says like, "Don't step on this," or just to liven it up a little bit.
I went to a cemetery 2 weeks ago, and they had a sign posted at the front of the cemetery: "No parties or barbecues, please." Like it was a printed, like not like a Xerox, like a metal sign.
That's what I was gonna ask if it was like a Xerox. Was it laminated?
Yeah, no, it was a metal sign that said, "Please no barbecues or parties."
And Chick, the rule there is if they had to put the sign up, that means that
they had trouble before. Yeah,
but I could see like on Father's Day, like a guy wanting to go out and grill with his dad, like spend that time together, like kind of thing. Like I don't think people are having parties there, are they?
Apparently, or they wouldn't have put the sign up. In any event, in this particular case, they've got people that are upset and they want it removed. So who knows? But yeah, I think you're right. No one would until it had been pointed out. You wouldn't have.
Right.
You certainly wouldn't have noticed it. Have you ever thought about your burial there, Reno?
Ever thought about your demise?
Yeah, you look kind of sickly. How you feeling? Yeah, I think not really, man. Not like.
Would you want like an epitaph of some sort on the stone? Be sure to tip.
Man.
Be sure to tip your waiters and waitresses. That's my. Yeah. Maybe that's my time.
Anybody from out of town?
That's my time works.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's my time is actually great.
That's my time.
I got the light.
Yeah.
I saw the light.
No, I saw the light. I hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Reno Collier is our guest. Reno's a distinguished stand-up comedian. Are you on your way to anywhere, Reno?
I am in Decatur, Illinois, at the Devon Lakeshore Amphitheater this Friday night with the Cleverleys.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man. And then I go somewhere else. I'm out like every weekend.
It would be very helpful if we knew where they were.
There's a bunch of good places, man. If you go to RenoCollierComedy.com, check me out on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram.
You got a website, right?
Yeah, I got a website.
People can Google you. They know what to do.
They can Google it. It's written on there.
Now, were you conceived in Reno, Nevada?
No, I was conceived at Vandenberg Air Force Base in California, actually right during the huge earthquake, February 1971. And
why did they name you Reno then?
My great-grandfather. Yeah. But that's weird how he got it. Like, when he was born, his mom was nuts. And she told everybody she had this dream that she was having a girl, and dressed him up like a girl for the first 4 years of his life. His name was Rene, R-E-N-E.
Oh,
and when
wow.
she died, he went to live with his uncle, and his uncle found out, oh, this is a dude. So they went down to the courthouse, and instead of making a big deal, they just changed the E to an O.
Wow.
And then he was raised as a boy, yeah.
Well, it's good.
I know. My family started that cross-dressing stuff.
Yeah, I think it's nice we can remember that with you.
We have a picture of him in it.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
I need some time to figure. There's got to be a really good joke changing some name from an E to an O. There's got to be a couple really good ones. Reno, I'm looking at your schedule now. As you pointed out, you will be at the Lakeshore Amphitheater in Decatur coming up this Friday. And then it looks like you're going to be in Dayton at the Funny Bone. Does this all sound good?
It sounds good, man. And then there's Arcadia, the Arcadia Theater in Texas, December 7th. It's right by
December 7th.
I mean July. Good God, dude. I don't know. That's why I have a website.
Are you high?
This cookbook's killer, man. You should try the brownie.
Tom, you know what? We could have just stuck with there are all a lot of nice places, and I'll be out there. No, you had to get particular.
You're going to be in Marietta, Ohio, beautiful Knoxville, Tennessee, Hobart and Richmond, Indiana. You got a bunch of stuff. Washington,
Stockton, California.
Excuse me, Wilmington, North Carolina. A lot of nice places.
See, I got shows coming up. They're all in bad, nasty places.
Nasty. Rito, I'll hit the click show all day so I can get down to your December bookings. Now, we are talking 2022, right? Okay. You got stuff coming up in Lexington, lots of great. Bristol, Tennessee. Yeah, we'll try to clarify that. And, Reno, just go back to the bong and have a nice night.
Back to the bong.
Oh, I want
double G, baby.
I teased this. We never got to this story. This is a really nice story. John Cena, who's, by the way, a terrific actor, and is most famous, I guess.
Well, you can't see him half the time because he's a, wrestler. Thank you, Willie.
But he did something really cool. He had heard about this disabled teenager who'd been smuggled out of Ukraine that had been taken to the Netherlands. Cena actually flew there to see him. This kid's mom had told him when they were trying to get him out because he had some difficulties. He's unable to speak, but his mom was going, hey, when this is all over, as they're going in these various underground places to get this kid out of the country, she goes, we're going to get to meet John Cena. Cena read about this and actually flew there to meet. I mean, what a great guy!
That's awesome.
I've read for years that he is like the coolest guy.
Reno, you should look up the video online. He picks the kid up and choke slams him through the kitchen table. You have never seen a happier child. Oh my gosh, it made his day.
That's not true. A happy ending.
Okay. And one more thing, Reno. You're a divorced guy, right, Reno?
Yeah, remarried, but yeah, I'm not divorced from this one yet.
Oh, okay.
Don't say yeah, Reno.
This is all good.
Tick, tick, tick.
Okay.
Until we get rid of this painting.
Yeah, I would write that into the divorce decree that the painting goes with her.
I get my truck, you get that picnic table trash painting. Yeah.
No, we've all been at that point in our lives where we're trying to get by eating whatever it is, spaghetti every night. But here's a case of a guy divorcing his wife because she made instant noodles every night for every meal. And the case was brought up. This is in the New India Express. The Mysuru district judge dubbed it the Magi case. The husband said his wife did not know how to prepare any food other than Magi noodles, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Finally, the divorce was granted by the judge. So,
what country was this in?
This is in India.
Okay.
Wow.
I was going to say not here.
No.
I would be okay if I could eat spaghetti every meal. I'm a big fan. I imagine, aren't these noodles very heavy in salt?
Ooh, probably.
The sodium might be a problem for me.
I could do Chef
It's a slow
Boyardee
kill.
all the time. Spaghetti and meatballs, I'll eat that every day. I don't care.
Really?
Out of the can.
If Josh and I were here, I would say the canned Chef Boyardee ravioli. That's the the high point for that company.
Oh, yeah.
That's some very good stuff. If you could only have one thing to eat every day, Reno, what would it be? If you had to have the same dinner every day. Steak?
Steak.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I could eat steak. There's so many different ways to cook it and things to do to it.
No,
yeah, you could mix it up. I've thought about that.
Your cholesterol might not be also keen on that, but that's interesting.
I mean, look at the painting behind me. You really think I'm trying to hang out for a long time?
Yeah, good point.
Let's get this thing rolling, man.
Same thing every day. What would you eat?
Some version of a burrito bowl, something with rice, some pork or chicken, some beans on there, because you can mix it up, and it's not going to give you heartburn every day.
Ace, every day.
Pizza.
Yeah.
See, that's your heartburn. Heartburn. After a week of pizza every day, and you hate yourself.
Chick?
I think pizza would be my answer, too, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe cheese, maybe pepperoni, maybe sausage.
Pepperoni. No,
Thick
for the
crust,
toppings, you
thin
need to have
crust.
Tums, chick, because you're going to have such bad heartburn all day.
I don't think so, Willie.
Halsey?
Either pizza, a supreme, because you can make it different every time, or some type of a chicken Alfredo, maybe.
Mr. Oskey?
No, I'm pizza all day long. You got your breakfast pizza, you got your lunch pizza, you got your dinner pizza.
Fools.
You got it.
You know what? Hang on. I've thought about it. Maybe some sort of rice bowl is what I'd have.
Okay. All right. I say
Exactly right.
spaghetti. I think this guy getting divorced because his wife's just making him noodles. This guy's a jackass. Who wouldn't enjoy having spaghetti every day?
And you have to say it, spaghetti.
Okay.
It's spaghetti time.
Oh, I love that. Well, thank you very much. Reno, I don't know if you know this, but you're working this weekend.
He has no
I am.
idea.
I can't wait, man.
Do you remember
I'm
where
gonna
it
be
is,
in
or do I have to look it up again?
At Decatur, Illinois, at the Devon Lakeshore Amphitheater.
Wow. When you get in your car, do you have any idea where you're going? Do you have to get a piece of paper?
No, I just put my phone in and I listen to this British chick yell at me to turn left and watch out for potholes. 9 hours.
Have some good shows. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah,
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys. Have a great week.
Tell
everybody.
the Cleverleys to change their name from Chick McGee. Okay, thank you.
And Snoop wants to say goodbye.
That's what I'm going to do. Lay back and a peace of mind all by myself. Everything locked down in the compound with my do-it-yourself, design-it-yourself, Simply Safe home security system. They offer comprehensive protection not only against intruders and burglary, but against my own mistakes. Maybe I left the water on in the basement. Well, thank goodness Simply Safe's there to remind me, hey, that's going to be a problem. Simply Safe's people, their agents take action the moment a threat is detected, sending police or first responders in an emergency, even if you're not home. Simply Safe uses proprietary video verification technology. Monitoring agents can visually confirm the threat in order to get higher priority 911 dispatch. Monitoring plans affordably priced at $1 a day with no long-term contract or hidden fees, because feeling safe at home shouldn't break the bank. You can customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafetom.com. Go today and claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. That's simplysafetom.com.
Oh, you ever hear this one? That's the Gourds version of gin and juice. I like that very much. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office. Well, this comes from young Davey Radonovich. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davey, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davey, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Might as well shoot me when the beer runs out.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Good morning. I'm Mark Allison. I told you last segment about the Jeff Oskey, Willie Griswold, and Donnie Baker show, all three together at the Embassy Suites in Jonesboro, Arkansas. That's coming up Saturday night, June 25th. But if you're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Looney Bin, that's where Greg Warren's going to be coming up this Wednesday through Sunday. Great opportunity to check out Greg Warren. Again, Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Looney Bin. This Wednesday through Sunday, GregWarrenComedy.com, or contact the Looney Bin in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Greg Warren on stage, The Warren Report, coming up on Bob and Tom soon, and you can check him out on stage again this Wednesday through Sunday at the Looney Bin in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Our friend, Greg Warren, GregWarrenComedy.com. My name is Mark Allison. Hope you're having a great Monday morning. Hope Josh is feeling better. He's on the mend from the COVID. Jeff Oskey sitting in at the sidekick chair doing a great job. Jeff and Willie did a wonderful job at the concert on Friday night. I was there at the Irving Theater, and thanks to everyone coming out who attended the night of live comedy on Friday. Again, all proceeds going towards sending kids to summer camp this summer. You made a lot of kids happy, and I was happy too. It was a lot of fun on Friday night, a lot of fun with the folks there in live comedy, the crowd. It was great being back in it, and I hope you get a chance to experience something like that soon in a neighborhood near you. Get out and see some live comedy. It'll do you good. It's good for the soul. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which is also good for the soul. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. A magnitude 6.0 earthquake shook Taiwan Monday morning. No immediate reports of damage or injuries. Taiwan's Central Weather Bureau said the quake struck at 9:05 a.m., a shallow depth in the central east coast of the island. It was felt across most of the island of 24 million people, including to the north in Taipei, the capital. The quake felt across the Taiwan Strait in mainland China's Fujian province, China state broadcaster reported. Colombia will be governed by a leftist president for the first time after former rebel Gustavo Petro narrowly defeated a real estate millionaire in a runoff election that underscored people's disgust with the country's traditional politicians. Petro's third attempt to win the presidency earned him 50% of the vote Sunday, according to results released by election authorities. The election came as Colombians struggle with rising inequality, inflation, and violence. Federal officials say most of Yellowstone National Park should reopen within the next 2 weeks, much faster than originally expected after record floods pounded the Yellowstone region. Meanwhile, some of those hardest hit in the disaster far outside the famous park's limelight are leaning on one another to pull their lives out of the mud. Mitch Fitzpatrick, a champion again at the country club, and this time he has one of the grandest trophies in golf. Fitzpatrick delivered on all the clutch shots on the back nine at Brookline in a terrific battle with Will Zalatoris and Scotty Scheffler ahead of him. He seized control with a two-shot swing on the 15th and closed it out with a shot onto the green from the fairway bunker. Fitzpatrick won the U.S. Amateur in Brookline in 2013. He joins Jack Nicklaus as the only men to win a U.S. Amateur and U.S. Open on the same course. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Here he is with his joke of the day.
Been so hot, man.
How hot's it been?
Well, my dream house now is an igloo.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
And chick, just for you, It's been hot.
Oh, it's been.
I saw 2 fire hydrants fighting over a dog.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Okay, come on. That was fun.
No, it's not.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
For Batman, it was Batgirl. For Superman, it was Supergirl. And now, meet Spider-Man's female counterpart. From Bob and Tom Productions, it's the superhero women have known about for years.
All right, Toots, this is a stick-up. Hand over all your money.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, come on, lady. Hurry it up. Somebody's going to get hoiked.
Help! Oh, please help. Won't somebody help me?
Let that young woman go.
Coming up.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. She'll be back tomorrow. There's Jessica Alsman.
Hello.
There's Pat Godwin.
Hi.
Scratching his boob. That was interesting.
Itchy.
And kind of hot. There's Jeff Oskey filling in for Josh Arnold.
Howdy.
Still sick.
He'll be back tomorrow.
Well, we'll see. There's Ace Cosby. Manning the track phone hotline, hot phone. There's Willie Griswold.
Weird and kind of hot.
Working
Working
on his arms. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
I told you I had a little surprise for you, Chick.
Is it Today in History?
No?
That sexy man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, Chick, what fruit likes to go down slides?
What fruit likes to go down slides? I don't know, Ace. What fruit does like to go down slides?
Kiwi.
He sold it.
That's my favorite one so far.
Yeah, that was very good.
Well, you can't deny his enthusiasm.
Yeah, I was thinking as fast as I could. I couldn't come up with an answer.
Nope.
But very nice. Thank you very much. See, and you
didn't laugh? Yeah, that's right.
You enjoyed that.
Imagine that for an hour, Chick. Imagine that for an hour.
Yeah, I know. You stand up naked on stage. Yeah, right.
Terrifying.
Did I say naked? I'm sorry.
Okay, time now to review what's happening.
Oh, now it's time. Today in history, here's Tom.
Where are we? Okay, let's see now. All I got to do is find it in the chart here. All right.
June 20th is what you're looking
Okay.
for.
I love it when you just read your website.
Oh, here we go. Oh, this is exciting. We have Samuel Morse, M-O-R-S-E, 1840 in this date, patenting the telegraph.
Western Union.
One of the great songs of the 60s. Remember this one?
Stop it! I wonder how many songs you could say, remember this one? And nobody but you remembers it.
No, that's a classic.
On and on and on.
That's going to be.
Is it just me, or is that every month we have that story? Because you're constantly playing that song.
You know, anything involving Samuel Morse or whatever it might be, if he's in history, I get Dean to break out the Western Union song.
Well, I feel like you're doing it for Morris Day, too, and several other guys, because we're hearing a lot of that, man.
News on the Western Hemisphere. Yeah, that's right. You can
Western Union, they just they don't do telegrams anymore, right? You can't get them anymore. Didn't you love that in movies
Don't
where a
they
guy
do
walks
money
in?
now?
Yeah. But I remember in movies, some guy would walk in and he'd have that weird double-breasted suit and the monkey cap, and he'd go,
monkey cap.
He'd message from so-and-so, stop, and they would say the word stop at the end of every
No,
sentence.
they just walk around saying your name. Remember?
Yeah, call for Chick McGee.
I'm Tom Griswold. Here's a telegram for Tom Griswold.
I guess I like that because when I went on the Washington, D.C. trip with my 8th grade class,
I
was rooming with 2 friends of mine, and one of them looked 30 when he was whatever, 13. Was way more mature than the rest of us, and he went down to the lobby and they had naughty magazines, and he bought a magazine called Western Nudist.
Nice.
And and so we're all looking at it, and one of the gym teachers, Mr. Will, actually opened the door, and that was the end of Western Nudist. I've told this story on the air before, and someone actually sent me a photograph of the cover of Western Nudist magazine that they had in their collection. Thank you very much.
A lot of hair.
Yeah, and very problematic in many ways. The naked family. That's really awkward.
Sorry, I asked.
But I always sing when I hear that song. I'll sing. I'll sing Western Nudist. Sorry. Back to today in history. Here's a good one. 1867, President Andrew Johnson announced the purchase of Alaska.
You bought what? A lot of that at the time.
It's kind of melting up there now, so
the permafrost is in danger.
Should have got the extended warranty on that. Of course.
Well,
interest rates were probably pretty low.
The oil alone.
This is interesting. Hanna-Barbera, 1960, the Huckleberry Hound Show won an Emmy.
Oh, my darling.
I used to love Huckleberry Hound.
I had a 4-foot-tall Huckleberry Hound stuffed doll.
Yeah? Really?
I would not go anywhere without it. That was just last week.
The great movie Chinatown, released in this date in 1974.
Yep. Don't go over it again, please.
You mean the end of the movie?
Please, please stop.
Okay, sorry. You ever seen that movie?
No. Nope, I'm not going to. No. I would never watch it. I don't care what happens.
We're in black and white, and I got a bandage on my nose.
That's
the whole movie. Right?
That's a great movie. It's a really good movie.
Is that the one where he puts the watch underneath the car, so when the car leaves, he can tell what time it left?
Yeah.
Because it runs over the watch.
Unless
it backed out, then he's screwed.
And he smashes the tail light. And, it's a great movie.
It's about water. There's not enough water in Los Angeles.
It's pretty good, Jack.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
On this date in 1975, the great movie Jaws was released.
Also about water.
A lot of water movies. Then you had Water World.
Time now to review what we learned on today's show.
Brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. When it comes to serving you, our motor never quits. From next day delivery to getting involved in local communities. That is Napa know-how. Let's see. What did we today? Coming up Saturday, June 25th. Yes, it's Beatles Day. We will not hear the end of that.
Ready for tomorrow, Pat? We got another Beatles tribute.
I guess so.
Tom went to the taco truck that was recommended to him by Ace. No, wait a minute, by Mark Allison. No, wait a minute, by Mark's son, Patrick Allison. Okay. He had a great burrito. And his daughter likes it there, so he has to go back again and again.
I'm going to take someone that speaks Spanish. It was quite literally...
Don't do that. Don't say, hey, guys, I showed up with my amigo. Don't do that.
You can just do that on your phone. You can just say, translate into Spanish and say a word, and it'll say it for you.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Consuelo, I'm here with my amigo.
Jeff, that's going to end terribly.
Yeah, I know.
He's going to think he's asking for tortas. He's going to ask for sexual favors.
Oh, man.
Arrested.
A man wants me to squeeze his crotch. Josh is still home with testing positive for COVID. I, for one, am skeptical. If you're looking for your glasses, odds are they are on the top of your head. Tab has been discontinued. Tom did some research on the tab being discontinued.
Apparently, and I'm just kind of wondering, why don't they do a McDonald's thing like the McRib? And, every year bring out Tab for 2 weeks for the Tabaholics as like a little nice tribute.
I think all 12 of those people can live without it.
Tom also said that the journey is what it's all about.
Well, remember, the guy took his motorcycle and he ran it, like 18 hours?
That's right, man.
To go to some barbecue joint in Texas and tells his girlfriend, I'll be back in 3 days. Gets there, the place is closed.
Greg Warren's at the Looney Bin this weekend. He will be wearing blue jeans, which was the topic of his report, and some of us will be back tomorrow.
Okay, we'll look forward to seeing Christy tomorrow. And what is the protocol here? Can he come back finally?
Dude, it's up to you. I don't care if I get COVID again. I don't care. Bring it on.
All right.
Pay some bets.
I got nothing to live for. Hit me. Hit me.
You got to live for the
Make
Beatles
me
thing.
sick.
Okay, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
All right, this magician, he gets his job on a cruise ship. So he's working this cruise ship, and he does his act every night. In the front row is the captain of the ship with a parrot on her shoulder. So every night he does his act. Well, by the